Especially those who hide behind those, yes. Those who can quickly, chalo. We were supposed to start at 10. Don't take away
So you
my
didn't
time.
show the time remaining break time.
So it was 10 to 11:30. And then 11:30 lunch to 12:30.
12:30 to 2.
And then second is 12:30 to 2. Okay. Should we begin? All set? All ready with your books, whatever? Om Namo Hariyantaram. Om Namo Sitaram. Om Namo Hariyantaram. Om Namo Vajrayanam.
Can you make the screen up?
Namo Vesavesaunam. Eso Panchanamukaro. Sarvabhava Parasano. Mangalam cha Sarvesim. Pranamam Havai Mangalam. Mahadevya Kukshiratnam. Shabdajeetavaratmajam. Rajachandramaham Vande. Kattvalojanadayakam. Welcome to today's session on building bridges. But we'll have two sessions so kind of one day shibir, right? And then this is going to be in English, which I know you understand, because my English is not Shakespearean English. It's very simple. It's a very Bombaya English. Okay. So in between, if you don't understand, you can ask. Is it okay if we make it also a little intense? Yeah. So it will be great if you all can participate. You want to sit with your daughters only?
We're one team.
Okay. So what do we mean by building bridges? Building bridges means connecting. So then there are two. Simple. You cannot connect if there is only one. There has to be two. Also, there has to be some distance between the two. Yes or no? Only then you can have something which is connecting. So the fact is, though we all are one only, all the masters say what? Sarvatmama samadrashti deo vajanane hridaye lakho. Whichever religion, all mean the same. Why? Because when the experience of reality, truth happens, there is no two. So how do I take a journey from what I am experiencing to that experience of oneness? Because wherever there is two, there is a possibility of clashes, right? If there is only one, there is no noise. Can you ever clap with one hand? But the Zen masters say, listen to the sound of a clap with one hand. You want to try that? See, as I said, because it's going to be like a workshop, So we grow together, go together. Many times we see people, no, say, I'm older, I know better. No, haven't we heard these kind of things? Especially kids are tired of listening to their parents say, no? So one is growing old and the other is growing up. Old we have no choice. But not everybody is a grown-up. You agree or not? Especially many times children also say, no, Mom, please grow up now. You're behaving like a kid. Stop nagging. Come on, understand us. Don't you say that to your mom? You don't say? Little bit. So one is honest, the other is still on the path of honesty. See, youngest are always, for me, I get pulled somehow. I don't know why. So I will give more attention to those young and awake young. Oh God. Nicely they both were yesterday resting. We say anyway we have to rest in peace one day. Why not today? It's fun. It's different. And so it's fun. Yeah? So are we back again to the theme? That the experience is never of the two. When everybody says, no, I want to know what's the truth. I believe in only what is true. I will not like, especially when it comes to others, we say, I don't like people who deceive. I don't like people who speak lies. True? We don't bother about what we do to others, but we want that from others. So the masters, the enlightened masters say, if you truly want to know what is truth, then let us reveal the truth to you that there is no two. There is only one. Why is it that the enlightened masters experience such bliss in their life? Because there is no two. Essentially, there is no two. I'll keep repeating this so it hits us somewhere. So you have a cloth. My accent is clear to you? You are able to understand Indian accent? English? Thank you. Yeah, because I don't know how to talk like these American moms. So there is this cloth. On the cloth, okay, on one side is garden. So in the garden, what do you see? Flowers, trees, green lawn. Then that's it. Water also. Okay, then. Are kite to visualize karo, so I know you're awake. Honeybees, butterflies. No one wants to say butterflies. You said butterflies. Make it more colorful, na? This is your garden.
Lots of fruits.
Huh?
Lots of fruits.
Lots of
Fruits.
fruits. Okay, we bring orchard also. Okay. Then there are no one there. You are not taking a walk there. Lizard? Did you say lizard? Okay, lizards. The others, there are not too many people who are very fond of lizards. Okay, so they didn't mean. Yeah? Now, if I have to ask you a simple question. Is a flower equal to butterfly? No. Flower is flower and butterfly is butterfly. Grass and tree, are they same? No. Sky and earth, are they same? No. some children playing and lizards. Are they same? No. But I said it's a cloth and it's a picture. So everything is a cloth only. Oh my God, OMG. Got you. They are the same. The problem starts only when I see differences. Differences are seen, fine, but not believed in. There is a difference in that. Do you see the distinction in that? They are seen, but not believed in. Should I give another example? Easy to understand. Examples is very simple to catch. Did you understand that example of cloth and a garden and the pictures? And you only said that it's on the same cloth. So when I'm looking at the flower, I'm looking at what? Cloth. When I'm looking at the children, I'm looking at cloth only. When I'm looking at the lizard, I'm looking at the cloth only. But if I forget that it is cloth alone, then looking at the lizard, I will get scared. Because I don't like lizards. Some of us are here who don't like kids. Very allergic to them. Some of us are very fond of flowers, but only chosen flowers. So though there is one, appears as many, and when you see many, not just see many, but believe in the manyness. That's where the clash begins. And what is self-realization? Realization of the truth. All of us want to know what is the truth behind this. I want to know. I cannot accept any nonsense but the truth. Okay, so the masters reveal the truth that there is no two, there is just one consciousness playing this game of life. And what is the proof that you are saying this is right? Their existence is so blissful that I cannot experience bliss at all time. Avyabad sukhni anubhuti dvaitma to possible જ નથી ના. Because two is not just different but also is changing. So by the time you have got adjusted to one person at this particular time, Shivani આજે આમ ઠેકાણે આંકડી હાલે, next moment you don't know એનું ફટકે. Are you seeing that? So until I see that oneness, and the proof are these masters. The beauty is we say Baba, Param Krupanu Dev, or whomsoever you consider as enlightened being, and you pray to them, may I also have peace, harmony, equanimity like you. મને પણ તમે સંભાવ આપો, મને સંભાવ નથી રહેતો. Don't we say that? Sometimes I become angry, sometimes I become sad, sometimes I become elated. I myself don't know how many moods, shades I go through. What the hell that I have here carrying with me. And what do I do? I end up blaming everyone. So there was this man, he had a high post, maybe a CEO. So he comes back home and tells his wife, Jaldi, quick, what? Pack up my bags. I need to fly to China. क्या China जाओ ना? So he said, but he was so grumpy, and he said, you ladies, you don't know how to keep your house clean, homes clean. It is all smelly. Anyway, I'm to going away. to China. So grumbling, he leaves. He sits in his car and he's so upset with the driver. Can't you clean this car? It's smelling, it's really smelling so badly. Now the driver has also got used to this guy. He didn't say anything. And nobody had the courage also to say, sometimes you say namaste, namaste, hum nahi samajhte. It is better to let go than to suffer. Sometimes then she becomes too nagging. From one ear to the other ear it goes, no? Like that. Then he goes to the airline. Naturally, he's a CEO of a big company, so he will not travel by cattle class. He will go by business class. He said, these airlines also, they loot you, they take away money from you, and still they don't give you best of the treatments. Look at that, this is so smelling badly. He continued his, then he got down, China. Hey, China is such a dirty country. Naturally went to how many stars hotel? 7 star. Imagine કરવામાં શું problem? Which CEO, not of પેલી ચાઇની લારી. Proper good company. 7-star hotel. Even here people don't know how to keep things clean. Everywhere people are so dirty. And then he was getting ready for his meeting and he opens his briefcase. It's okay, I'm fine if you are fine. We are used to noise, inside noise too much. Outside nothing, at least he's the only one who was laughing when I was joking. You know how what he was doing, he's looking at me like that. कि આટલું બધું હાથ પગ કોણ હલાવે છે? See, look at that. So if you are interested in listening, we are not, no one is disturbed. No, if she sits, if you are interested, then you sit. If you get bored, then it's a different thing. So he opens his briefcase and you know what he finds? A dead rat. All throughout it was he who was carrying the dead rat. And what did he end up doing? Blaming everybody. Don't we do that? Yeah. Suppose you're in a nice, good mood, you're listening to good music, and something happens, and you lose your temper. How we wrongly start believing things. What? Till now I was fine. After you came, I became angry. So it is you who made me angry. Yeah? Who's carrying the dead rat? Me. She never came and opened it, put some anger. No. Mama, open your briefcase and see, is there a dead rat? So we only project our feelings on the others. In reality, there is only one. There is no two. Otherwise, why would Bhagavan say, Sarvatmama samadrashti dyo, sarva jiva che siddha sam. So we come to know about this truth and we start meditating. And when we close our eyes, whom do we meet? Oneness? No. Storm, tornado, thoughts that we never believed that they were mine. Yeah? And so people get scared sitting. And it is here that it becomes important to know that if I wish to have continuous happiness, unhindered happiness, then I have no choice but to see oneness, which is called as darshan, but which darshan? Samyak darshan. Right vision. The way things are, as it is. Seeing truth as it is. We are not not saying that the eyes are not seeing different names, colors and forms. But that does not mean that in essence there is plurality. And if I am aware of this fact, Param Gopal Dev says, Nishchay Rakhi Lakshama Sadhan Kar. If I forget the truth, then I get deceived by what I see, what the eyes can show. And the moment I get deceived by what eyes can show, then what happens is the difference itself begins the clash. Each according to our So, if I have a jungle on cloth, in the jungle what will you see? Deers, and you will see lion. Should the lion not be scared, deer not be scared of lion? Of course. Yeah, naturally. But if I see the whole picture, that in reality it is nothing but cloth. And so the masters say, what is the state of enlightenment? Nirbhay, Nishankata. There is no fear. There is no doubt. There is no distrust amongst each other. Because I know what is in here is in there. So when we go into this building bridges workshop, let us first understand where I need to reach. Because if I don't understand this, then I will continue seeing two and try to pull myself and somehow reach out to others and end up saying what? How long should I understand others? How long should I tolerate? कब तक मैं सहन करूंगी तुम सबको? होता है ना? It is very difficult to keep calm, especially in the morning working days. But if I only know that this is a huge drama happening on the screen, and if I'm able to see the screen, that whatever happens, there has never been a loss. The truth is always and already present. Only when I become forgetful of the truth and when I remember myself as a person, the problem arises. So building the bridges means two. And where is two, there is a gap. But if I can see that in reality there is no gap that I need to cover, it is my perception, then we will understand where to work when it comes to building bridges. That it is not somebody whom I have to bring closer to me to build bridges. Construct a way to healthy relationship is called building bridges. But if I can see the truth and reality of the world, how beautiful. So I don't believe in this nonsense. What? Men are not women and humans are not animals and animals are not plants and plants are not rocks. Cloth I can understand. But this is not Hari. Okay. Where do you wear your shoes? Who will answer? In your house?
Outside.
Ala? House में पैर होते तुम तो छोटा. Where do you wear your shoes? In feet. बराबर है. Anklets buy करो anklets. You wear anklets or no? Girls, little girls. Mommy doesn't give. Who's your mom? You like anklets? You know where anklets are worn? You know what are ankles? Where show me? Oh, you know now. So there when you decorate, it's called anklet. So you wear anklets in your feet and bangles in your hands. True, Kenny? Do you get confused there?
No.
Why? I am very clear. Chappals to pagman પહેરાય, માથે ક્રાઉન પહેરાય. શર્ટ તો ઉપર જ પહેરાય ને પેન્ટ નીચે પહેરાય. ઉલટું કરાય? Can you do it the other way around? Pant wear up and... But your Superman does. Inside out. But still he knows where to wear. Even if it's inside out. You see that? Now simple question, Mukund bhai, if I have to ask you. If I have a pin and I am like really in that naughty mood, said Mukund bhai, I want to pierce this pin into your body. Tell me, which part of the body should I pierce in? None! You see that? And if you're so keen, Mahesh bhai is there next to me. Please. I don't treat my feet the way I treat my head. True? પણ આ તો લેડી સાઈડ પર તો ના જોવાય, બીકોઝ તે પેડિક્યોર ને મેનિક્યોરમાં તો તમને ટાલ જ એમાં થઈ ગઈ, નહીં? પૈસા બધામાં. Nikrushtam, it is considered as Nikrushtam, not so respected. So much not respected that even by walking, if it touches someone, you say, Michhami Dukrama, sorry, I didn't mean it. When the head touches, you don't say. Then it is very difficult to say sorry. You know that, na? When two heads. But the moment, because you also feel that it is Nikrushtam. So you only are treating your own feet, not so, you don't consider that as respectable. True? And yet if I ask you, where should I pierce? You say none, no place. Why? So legs are not hands and hands are not eyes and eyes are not ears and ears is not mouth and mouth is not head. આ તો નાનપણમાં શીખવાડ્યું છે ને. ચલો બેટા બોલો તો, where are eyes? Oh, my child has learned to say where are eyes. Yeah, true. So we don't get confused when it comes to eating food. I don't know now which hole should I put in. Do I get confused? I very clearly know. Do they also fight amongst themselves? Arey wah, nice smell you take from me and food you give it to mouth. Go. I will say, I show you where food is in the kitchen, where mom's hidden chocolates. Who shows it to you? Eyes, no? But do you feed chocolates to the eyes? Thank you, loving eyes. You're the bestest. You showed me where the hidden chocolates are. So I shall feed you. તમને શું ભાવે? પાણીપુરી? Do you put પાણીપુરી no pani inside the eyes? Because these eyes showed me where is Bombay pani, Bombay chaat available. Do you do that? No, no. You give it in the mouth. So what you do with the mouth, you don't do it with the eyes, and what you do with the eyes, you don't do it to the ears. The ears can't see. Yeah? You pierce your thing. હવે તો લોકો eyes નથી pierce કરતા, eyelids કરે છે. You see, I'm not confused about it, and I don't even get confused naming it. Not just I see them differently, I also name them. I have different names for it. They have different functions, so I treat them differently. Yes or no? There is no confusion. But when it comes to saying which part of the body should I pierce, and you say no, not me, because I am in the legs and I am in the hands and I am in the ears and I am in the head equally. So you can have, it is not that it's not somebody else's idea or experience. Each one of us are experiencing this oneness. Doesn't matter it is to the limited form but there is a possibility that if I can see oneness, even when there are differences, different names, different forms, different functions, and different treatment to that. બરાબર છે ને? એટલી હદે કે when you go to temple, what do you say? Don't show your back to Bhagavan. It is Ashatna. Now, can the back be without the front? They are just flip sides of the same, like flip side of the same coin. But certain things you should do and certain things you should not do. You also believe in. But can you say, just because, oh, back, you are not respected in the temple, so I don't want you. Can you do that? So scrape off the back, any which part you scrape, it will still remain back, right? What I am trying to say is, where do I need to work now? If there is just oneness. Okay, body I understand. But that doesn't make me believe that everything that I see here, names and forms, are one. Okay. Let us find out. There's a movie going on, there's a screen, right? And in that screen, different kinds of scenes come up. Sometimes fire, sometimes rain, sometimes lovey-dovey scenes, and sometimes violent scenes. I don't believe that all this is screen. You know when? When I'm involved in the scenes. When I'm involved in the scenes, suppose you're watching your wedding movie, and someone your favorite, maybe Dadi or somebody who's not here anymore, but you always used to love her so much. So you say, pause, and you just go and kiss her. Sache kahiye to you have kissed only who? A part of the screen, not even the screen, which you see it as Dadi. And in no time, the movie continues, and there comes your mother-in-law. And if nobody sees, you'll just go and hit her. Just giving an example. What you feel like doing, I said it. You see what I'm saying? And the jnanis laugh. You are not seeing the truth, so you have these varied emotions projected. You sit and watch Malayali movie, men. Go. Nothing you will understand, you will only keep silent. And after a while, I was there for 9 years in Tamil Nadu, but I refused to learn Tamil. You know one reason I refused to? Because then anybody can come and say anything to you, can still continue to smile. Check it. So good. So the truth is something, and the projected truth is another thing. But you know, we cannot deny also differences. There is. So our vyavahar depends upon the differences that the eyes see. Vyavahar means transactions in the world. So you can't say, everybody is one alone, so your pocket, my pocket, same pocket, I put hand in your pocket and take money and go. And then say, some people say, then I take away your money, why should they take me in the jail? Then you should see jail also as that only. True. This question comes up in Yoga Vasishtha. Yoga Vasishtha Granth that we are doing now, Bapa is doing for us now, with us, Yoga Vasishtha Shibirs. In that, Sri Rama says to his guru, Yoga Vasishtha Ji. So Vasishtha Ji says, everything is just divine, divine, divine. And as they were walking through the jungle, this mad elephant comes running towards them. So Vasishtha says, Rama, run! He got confused. Did you just not say that everything is divine? Then why should I run away from divine? But if the boss says, especially if the guru says, you don't want to say no. Because today I may not be experiencing, but I don't feel that you're wrong. So he somehow runs away from that place. बस जागता रह जो, नहीं पानी पीवा जाऊँ हुए तो पानी पिया जाओ, पर होता नहीं. Because you said let's take it intensely, and I saw that it is the yesterday's crowd only. So then I can go a little deep or not? Is that okay? I'm not, so I don't have to really entertain in this session, which I did enough yesterday. And Sachu Kone, I have some points with me that I was going to take in building bridges, but I was just sharing with both of them, Dilip Bhai and Sushma Bin, that there is something guiding me to something else, and I'm only allowing it to happen. So enjoy this, because as you are listening, I am also listening. Yeah, I had not planned to take it this intensely and so deeply. Sachu Kocho. But have this perspective also. So where were we? Ramakatha. Ramakatha. She said, run. He runs. They go to a very safe place. And the Guru finds a question mark on his face. Rama, do you have anything to ask? And he said, I didn't understand this. Would you please make me understand? When you said run, but just before that you said everything is divine. So why did you ask me to run away from divine? Like that you will say, in my school, you go to school or college? School? So in the school, mom will say, keep away from people who are too extroverts, who go for dating and drugging and drinking and late night part. What's wrong? Everyone is same only, no? We only study. Even Param Gopaladev says the same thing, see only one in others. So Rama also had that question. He was just 16 years old, maybe some your age only. So you know what the Guru said so beautifully? He said, if the elephant is divine, your running away from the elephant is also divine. We can't see only our part as divine. Then we have to see the whole show as the screen. You cannot say that the mother-in-law I saw was not the screen. Everything is that. And therefore it is necessary to understand the differences also, because our transactions happen when we see differences. If we were not seeing the differences, where is the question of finding out how good relationships I should have? You see? Like for example, deep sleep. Where do these names and forms disappear? Back into me. There is no me. There is no my wife. There are no children. There is no guru. There is no shishya. So therefore, there is no need to understand how to build bridges, because there are no two. And so you are so nice and at peace in deep sleep. When awakened by alarm clock, you don't like it, because somewhere I enjoy the experience of no two. I enjoy. You know why I enjoy? Because that's me. Apna rubber band apna. Thank you. Kya છે ખબર છે? ટંગાડ્યું છે જો અહીંયા. You see that nicely resting on my hand? What if I stretch it? It has extended to an extent, but there is pressure on my fingers and there is also strain here on the rubber band. Do you see that? You can experience it when you go back home. Those who have can try it out. Try it out with your rubber band. Yeah, do you see that? Your fingers pain if you keep holding it for a longer time. Yeah, so not just your rubber band has got the strain and stress and tension, but even your fingers feel the strain. But the moment you remove the pressure, both rest in peace. The fingers as well as the rubber band. Do you see that? So in physics it is said, every substance, it is natural for the substance to come back and rest in its own inherent nature. Yes? Therefore, no difference, no two, love, happiness, peace is probably our true nature. Because that's what we enjoy. Sleep. Is there anybody here who doesn't enjoy sleep? Some people to die to have sleep. છે ને કીધું ને રાતના સુવા જ નથી મળતા. બધા ફોનો કર્યા કરે. Also, all of us have got one common desire. Shivani, what is that desire that all of us have? Pizza is your desire, but probably not your mom's desire. But what is that desire which is common between you and your mom? Happiness. I want to be happy. And if it is such a universal desire, probably it is our true nature. No one enjoys clashes and everybody loves harmony. It's just that we don't know how to stay in harmony, which is a different thing. But each one of us, don't we, even at home, why ek divas to chhod, like one day at least stop fighting with me. Don't we say that, ek divas to harmony ma jaye, may my family stay in harmony. Don't we say that? So is it possible that it is if it's a universal desire, is it possible that to live in harmony, in oneness, is my inherent nature? So I want to keep coming back to it? So one thing is very sure. I do not have to really work for harmony, peace and love. It is already and always present. Do you hear these two words are too strong? Already and how do I bring harmony in our relationship? How do I bring love in my relationship? How do I bring joy in my relationship? I have to do nothing. In the happiness, harmony, peace. It's already and always, irrespective of the forms. If we know this, then we know exactly where I need to work when it comes to relationships. Though there is oneness, but the transaction doesn't. Papa so beautifully says, Samata is in drashti, Samata is not in vyavahara. Vyavahara means in relationship is no samta. What I do, you see, what I do with my wife, I don't do with my mother, I don't do with my daughter, I don't do with my sister. But are they all not women only? Yes, they are women. But when it comes to vyavahar, there is no samta. What you do with the hands, you don't do with the legs. What you do with the legs, you don't do with the head. What you do with the head, you don't do with the stomach. What you do with the stomach, you see that? Each one have got their own functioning. And accordingly, I have to treat them. And if I don't, what happens? Somebody said, again spiritual club, alcoholic. I don't know why God gave 32 teeth. Instead, He should have given 32 livers. And that's where the problem begins. You need 32 teeth, enough to chup. The lady is interested in drinking or not eating. That's the problem. You understand? Cirrhosis. You see that? But when I don't know how to treat each one who are so individually, beautifully functioning in this universe, that's where the problem starts and the need for building bridges begins. If I have respected them for inherently what they are, and also respected their role and functions in the universe, where is the problem? Yeah. There is no need only to create happiness, peace and harmony. They are always and already present. But until I unfold that within me, these relationship handling will help me to bring me back to my source of oneness. Another very simple example I will give and see if this clicks. As long as my identification is with the mind which sees plurality, the mind when asleep, in the dream in the deep sleep, do you get forms, names and tension and stress? There is no plurality. So for sure, the duality, plurality of emotions, of thoughts, of relations, of the world, all is in the mind. Where there is no mind, there is no truth. So is it possible that being with the mind, I can experience my existence? Yes. You will not get scared to see a horror film if you remember it's just a screen. But on the contrary, you will enjoy the movie. You can? Yes or no? You can enjoy any scene. Therefore, Param Krupadev says, Ame a jagatni rachna mappat, free of cost. I don't have to go to theatres and buy tickets. When I look around, free shows. This is what it is. Whatever comes, if I can remember this, in truth, what is the reality? The one I am hating is me alone. And the one I am attached to and fear that they will go away from me is me alone. But as long as I am seeing through the eyes of the mind and not eyes of the truth. Are you with me? I said something very strong.
Yes.
Till today I felt what my mind says is the truth. But in reality, it is not the mind that tells us truth. Truth is that which sees through the mind. And when that truth forgets, it starts believing in the mind. So does that mean I should destroy the mind? No, not needed. Not needed. All I need to do is stand apart. Now be with me, huh? When can you stand apart from the mind? Because now we have to come back to relationship also. It's not come back, but I'm making a stage for you to understand where I need to go for harmony, peace, and how will I get peace and harmony. Suppose 65 miles an hour is allowed on your roads here. Chalo. 75 also done, nahi? 75 hi chale? Which what speed you want to go by? Car ma, what speed? Like 20 miles an hour speed, right? 100 miles? Ticket was? How much was the ticket? 65 rakho na. Police ne bhi problem na ave apna. Nahi to koई drunken driver kaine side open your mouth and બધું check કરે. 65. I'm going at the speed of 60 miles an hour and suddenly I find કોને રાખવા તમારે? આમાંથી કોઈને choose કરી લો ને મહેશભાઈ. Okay. બીજા પ્રભુ? you find Bijal Prabhu standing in the shoulder lane. With his car. He stopped, Rakib. Very decent. Who says stop? Chitra udavi diya. Suddenly you realize, sorry, what will you do? Give a break, whichever lane you are in, give a break. Sudden break we will give. Will you give a sudden break? What will you do? You will first slow down. Start going to the shoulder lane. Shoulder lane is the nearest to the fastest lane in your country. It's the other way around. So you slowly as you slow down your speed, you move closer towards the shoulder lane and then you come at rest. And do you then come out of the car or no? Of course, if you want to, because now you left him long back. No, you will have to walk it up. In the same way, at this point of time, I have got this understanding that it is the mind which is making me see differences, not just making me see differences, but making me believe in those differences. You understood, but has anything happened? You know why? Because I am at this point of time riding in the mind. I have to step out of the mind, which is going not at the speed of 65 miles an hour. Oh, given a point at what, if I make you only sit and write down what are the thoughts that are going on in the mind, you will be shocked. From one thought to the other, to the other, to the other, from where all it goes and comes back. You just say, so beautiful, Dharampur must be, right? And from Dharampur, aajkal na log to dharam paalta જ નથી. And from there, where all it will go. And then suddenly you realize, where was I? What was I doing? What speed the mind is going. It has to first slow down. And healthy relationships will help the mind slow down. If the relationships are too demanding, then where will the mind, how can the mind become quiet? Fight with your wife and sit on the seat of meditation. What? I want to experience, I'm beyond the mind, I'm the oneness, the beauty, the most beautiful, the gorgeous, the most divine being. Nothing will happen. And even if it happens, as soon as everybody is happy when you are on the seat of meditation, then when you wake up, everyone, goes on high alert. Hey, daddy's come out of the temple room. Once Dadaji decided, no anger from today onwards. And he declared to his wife, Dadi, I am not going to be angry from now onwards. Dadi also became naughty. Really? Yeah. From today onwards, no anger. This is called as sudden break. Where you don't have to reach destination, you are airlifted to the nearest hospital. Happens on you. Suddenly you decide, from now on I am going to love everybody. Right? You have to go to the shoulder lane first, then come out of it. There is a way to it. Everything doesn't happen. It's not a wishful thinking. I think and it happens. Yeah? It may happen in my dreams, but that also doesn't happen sometimes. So then the wife shared it with the grandchild. You know what? Today onwards, Dada has decided not to be angry. We love. What are you saying, Dadi? He said, let's have fun. Both of them. Dada. Sushi, what is it? I heard your new resolution. What? That you're not going to be angry anymore. Yeah. I've decided no. You? Oh, I'm not going to be angry anymore. Dada. You? Are you sure? Why? You don't trust me? No, Dada. You are not becoming. What do you think I am? That's it? Our resolution, crash landing. ગયું જ નથી પ્લેન ને નીચે પાછું આવ્યું હમણાં થયું ને મારું ફિલાડેલ્ફિયાથી કોરિયન એરલાઇન્સ આવું ફિલાડેલ્ફિયા ના કોન્ટ્રસ which are United. It went, it was stormy there, right? So these are all automatic piloted છે ને. So we saw also houses coming closer. So I sent a message that I have I am landing, you know. Because once you land, then you start picking up your stuff and you run towards the belt and so you don't have time to do all this. You have too many gharenas to look after, you know. Aane sachu, olane sachu, dhikarane sachu. So I on the seat only. I said, now they landing. Landed karne ko, landing mein nahi landed. And it almost touched thing and it went up again. Why? Because there was tornado. They were saying, they were suspecting tornadoes, so airport authorities did not allow anybody to land. And so we went back again above the clouds in the sun, going round and round. Now then down air traffic, because everybody stopped to come down. So now one by one has to come now. It takes an hour, took an hour. Now those people went to the airport. So she said it is landed, they showed. I said, I am an airport authority. We know that no plane has landed. How did she? No, she says, if she was in the air, how could she have descended? Because there is no Wi-Fi only. How did she send message? Like that happens. We decide so many lovely things. Today in the morning, I will see my patients with a smile. Yeah. Resolutions we can take, but it doesn't work. And then you realize, unless I work upon whatever is at my hand now, I cannot achieve what is always and already present. Very surprising. Yeah. Suppose, Shivani, I say I want to come and meet you, and you are happy that I want to come and meet you. So, what would you tell me then? I will say, please tell me, how do I reach you? What will you say? Yeah, but you will give me direction. If you truly want to give me direction, then what will you say? What will you ask me? No, don't help. Are you Shivani? Where are you? When are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where am I at this point of time? I'm in the world of relations and it is going at a high speed. All I need to do is not give up the relations, but I slow down my mind, meaning I improve upon my relationships so that they are not so demanding. We are always on the high alert. We don't know what is going to come in our relationships. So stressed sometimes in our relationships. Sometimes at home front, sometimes at workplace. Sometimes on the roads, sometimes in the malls. આ ચાર જ તો દુનિયા છે તમારી, આનાથી આગળ તો છે જ નહીં ને. Yeah. So how do I build bridges? First thing first, having understood the truth that I cannot bring harmony, it is already there. All I need to do is allow it to manifest. I'm sitting on my harmony, I'm sitting on my peace, I'm sitting on my bliss, I'm sitting on my love. I have to move away from this. Am I making sense? Is it difficult? Then I can understand what are they experiencing. See, to sing this, Tane hajo, I mane hajo, most simple, but Tane soche je mane hajo. What is it that you have that it should be with me? Don't you want to know that? Just to say, oh Baba, you're always in Samabhav, whether the body is in the hospital, whether the body is with the devotees, whether the body is in front of Param Krupal Dev, you are always Samadrishti, Samabhav. Therefore, we put Mahatmas at such high pedestal that they are only worthy of worship, but our religions don't say that. They say, make us an instrument, avalamban, and seeing us in our state, recognize that state in you. Rise above your pettiness and experience your own glorious, happy self, where our very existence become very joyous and peaceful and harmonious. Nice? So if I have to move from oneness, I have to move towards oneness, it is necessary that I understand my relations. Because 60% of my happiness, human happiness, comes from relationship? No, harmonious relationship. If they are not in harmony, if relationship is not in harmony, that very relationship becomes a cause for unhappiness, stress and strain. True? Most of the parents we hear, they are struggling with their teenagers. And I say teenage is the best age where you can make friends. I used to have so many teenage friends when I was a spiritual guide in a residential school. And the parents would wonder, why is it that they listen to you and they don't listen to us? I said, you know what? I don't own them. And you do. Anything that you own, you lose that distance to see things as they are. You love movie, you go very close to the screen and watch. What would you see? Pixels, you get big pixels. You don't see the beauty. Even to recognize and appreciate beauty in relationship, there has to be some distance. And if my wish is to experience unhindered happiness, which is already and always there, I have to begin where I'm stuck. I can't just go to that place where I can experience this blissful existence. એટલે સત્સંગમાં આવું ત્યારે બધાને બહુ મજા આવે. And you know why? And the thing is, at that time I forget my personhood and what is within me rises. Hare Baba, once we go back home now, we are back to square one. But if only we have learned this art, that when I was with my Guru, my Bhagavan, it is I who gave up my little I. So that which is always there came up. It didn't come from outside. So if I understand this technique, if I understand this way, then all I need to do is wherever I am, in whosoever, in any relation that I am, all I need to do is allow this to go. And what is? How many of us feel very happy when they have hot coffee, cold coffee, Starbucks coffee? Yeah, she's so honest. પીતી વખતે તો મસ્ત કામ કરતા હો છો. free આપવાનો હોય તો મજા જ મજા છે. She said, do you get these cravings for these Starbucks sometimes? People get them. Let's go Starbucks, let's go Starbucks. And in the Starbucks also you have your own favorite tea. So it's that. Coffee. It started only as a thought. in the mind. Coffee, coffee. Coffee, coffee. Coffee, 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 and your whole astikva rushes to the coffee. And to Starbucks, really speaking, you don't have to spend anything. You just sit there for 5-10 minutes, smell only, and then come back. You can say I was doing Ironman, and you can enjoy it. So therefore, it is not Ironman if you have, because we don't eat only through our each organ also has got food. The food for nose is smell. Yeah. Anyways, so we go there. The brewing of the coffee starts and the sound of the smell and the look of it. And, I'm talking about those who love coffee. Yeah? Those who don't, whatever you like, you consider that. We are teetotalers. Okay, tea. Indian tea, not English tea. Yeah? Masala. This person sitting next to me, she is a young black girl. She had a doggy next to me. I was scared of eating anything because I was feeling so bad. I eat and the doggy will look like that. That's it. But I was scared of even drinking the tea. And I said, I need something because I'm working at this point of time. I need something hot. I asked for hot water. She gave me this whole big glass of hot water. I'm looking at the fellow. I said, how will I drink so much? I need only half. I'm mentally talking to the doggy because we were the only two awake. So then I asked for another glass, poured this water on this thing. The moment hot water ma wagh bakri masala tea went now, she became and the lady in whose lap was, she also got masala. I said, can I give it to your dog? Or you? I don't know, see, the moment, yeah. So yeah, coffee, 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 coffee. Now what's happening? Listen, listen, listen and see properly what's happening, huh? Now as you're smelling, coffee, coffee, coffee. It was what? Coffee, 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 coffee. I'm just enjoying, celebrating the happening of the coffee, right? And when the first sip goes, you slurp. And the taste goes. Ah, heaven. That was. So keep loving it. I'm loving it. McDonald's, huh? Loving it. Now tell me, did the coffee give me happiness? Where did my friend disappear? Biren kya uttare?
Coffee.
You see that? Now my question to you, my dear people. Green, green beauty queen, tell me, did the coffee give me happiness? But when you go to Starbucks, do you read ingredients? On the ingredients, it is not written happiness. They are very honest. We give you coffee, not happiness. Now you be with me, huh? What happens? I was nicely, quietly, peacefully, happily lying down. Suddenly the mind created a storm of coffee, 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 coffee. You have to be with me, huh? You have to go along with me, right? So the thought disturbed my already and always peace and happiness. The thought disturbed, or I allowed the thought to disturb? You see, there is a difference. If you can appreciate at this point of time, you will be able to practice any time. So I allowed myself. Somebody is knocking. Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat, huh? Trick or treat. You don't want to give, go. So what will you do? Let him know, no, mom. If you know somebody is calling you up unnecessarily, you know this number, useless nonsense person doing some time pass with me. And somebody, mom, take your phone, pick up your phone. Nothing. You do that. Not every time the bell rings, you entertain them. Yes or no? And what happens when you stop entertaining them? They stop calling you. Why? Because nobody is picking up the phone. So these thoughts never disturb me from my peace and harmony. This is which is already and always there. It is me who became too curious to know, hey, hello, who are you? Says me, coffee thought, and takes me. Now you see, the coffee thought is like vacuum created. I give coffee to it, the thought disappears. So what I say, I was disturbed and the coffee gave me happiness. Really speaking, what it did was, it only removed the thought of coffee. I already am always there, happy, that happiness manifested. Are you able to see this? If only you can appreciate this relationship with the world of objects, emotions, thoughts, people, situation, but do improve yourself. Because I'm already and always at peace. Somebody called thought just knocks at my door and says, go and tell her something. Somebody told me, sir, I just had this, Baba, I'm missing you so much, I'm leaving this place and coming. And I had to email. But she email send, I said, did you get a reply? So, but the moment I put the send, I was very happy. Now you know why she never got a reply. Because it was a call of the mind and not of the soul. You see that? This is what happens. We get knocks from the mind. Why is it that our relationship needs bridging? In between these thoughts arise, knock at my door, and it wants this and that from that relationship. Yeah? And I curiously open the door to find out, and then gets swayed away. Then whatever I wish for, if it gets fulfilled, I say, see, you listen to me, so I'm happy and proud of you. It was not that that person did according to what my moods were saying, so I'm happy. It only removed that moodiness and allowed the happiness to manifest. If I know that I'm already and always happy, you watch, I don't need bridges, for I don't see separation. Bridges are needed only when I see separation. Yeah. So having understood the chemistry of relationship, all of us are travelers. Baba quotes Rajneesh ji, Bhagwan Rajneesh, and he says, we all are visiting earth. Visitors, visitors. Do you travel from here to any other places? Yeah? On the flight, I love airports, I tell you. You know no one, you can smile at anyone because you have no prejudice against anyone. You have no biases. It's so beautiful. If somebody's child is doing something, what? Who's of my father? મારા બાપનું શું તારી બાયડી તારો છોકરો શું ફરક પડે ઓલી રસ્તામાં એકબીજાને કિસ પણ કરતા હોય તો what goes on. But when the moment it becomes mine, you watch the whole tamasha. So good. We all are travelers, visitors on earth. There are no permanent relationships. You're talking about building bridges and now you are talking about there's no permanent relation. Yes, this truth when understood, building bridges becomes cakewalk. You watch how you are when you are seeing somebody only for some time. When you take your wives to India and they are so goody beautiful. And you wonder, I've never seen this part in US. Yeah? You see that? Or you see your husband helping somebody out in the party. Say, I don't see this part of you in the house. Did you see that? And the children too, you never can say anything about them. Many times we take them to different houses. I don't know whether you all go around for Diwali Majao, best hours in summer. The only joy was best hours because you can go to everybody's house and you see everyone what all they are, offering you. And all those houses where there'll be ilaichi, long, sakkariya dana, we would say, no, mom, you go, we are not coming. And those houses known for chocolates and ice creams and sharbat and, mom will come. I said, mom, it's a joy. Not that we are not well fed, okay? But there's always joy in free. So when the two are talking, anyway it's going to be only for 10-15 minutes. Now you can't continue to sit there for 2 hours, right? Because you have to cover so many places. So mom will say, no. So she will train you before and she said, look into my eyes when you want to take anything. Including the husband. I have seen wives pinching husbands. So you go. And the kids you watch, huh? The mother said, no, my children don't like, say example, they don't like dhokla. I mean, the lady in the house has made only dhokla, what to do? So she will with a smile give only dhokla, na? But with such a big, loving, sweet smile she offers dhokla, na? Your child picks up and eats it. Yeah. And you say, Mari paase aao bola, tu aao kare. Ghare banao to khata nathi. You see that? That is why we need bridges. We don't know only our own people. All what they say, Mom, it's just that she so smilingly gave aeroplane ko khawanu bhave. Everybody eats because she serves it so well. Wait till I get juice ho any pass the apple or in the pineapple. Kai hoyat nahi. As though you feel ke oh Jannat has come. You see that? We forget that it has nothing to do with eating, drinking, going around. It is to do with those beautiful emotions with which it is served. Where do I get so much love and peace? Huh? She is earning. That is why she can put makeup and come in front of you. She doesn't have to look after your children. No? That way I am patni nokrani layai what to. You see that? The beauty is, if only I can recognize that I'm not allowing this already and always present. And I mess up one after the other relationship. Yeah. So if this is extremely clear, that in a relationship, harmony, love, peace is not to be created. It is already there. Or 99.9% काम થઈ ગયું. Major काम is done. Major work is done. Then what I need to do is just little know-how of how to allow it to manifest. Just a know-how. Some people now have craving for sweets. So you hide and you don't want your husband to have a paunch. So you say, I am going, see, So some people from India coming, so naturally you will cook something. But you know this guy, if left alone, he will eat up the whole thing. Yeah. So she hides it. Now you and your child together explore. She is out, and we know, when the garage door opens, you know that she has come in. Till then we are safe. Search. How much to search? Only this much, because it's here only somewhere. She has not taken along with her in the car. Yeah. There where we have lost, there alone we will find. How can you say we have lost within? Oh, where do you experience joy when you eat your favorite ice cream? In the ice cream? When you lick your ice cream, joy is in the ice cream or is in you? Sure? That's it. So it's lost here. It will be found also here only. It cannot be found outside. All I need to do is little tune in. Go in the range and you will get that. Is it difficult? So basic is done already, and so now some pithy food will be served. Which may not be your favorite. And some Mahatmas are doing Ayambel. Yeah. It is not human relationship. Anything that comes in touch with me, if I can know this fact of already and always, my relationship with the sentient or the insentient, the living or the non-living, all will become so beautiful. So with one example and experience I share that I had with London youth group. I won't say youth because they are like older senior school students. And you know how parents are always like, please tell something to my child, the way she keeps her cupboard and the way she keeps her bed and everything they pile up, and it is me only who have to do everything. It's common complaint also. So then, when you sit with the children, then the parents also say, can we also sit? And then the children don't open up because, you don't, parents are there. I say, you can sit but behind, but don't make your presence felt. So the children was like some of us. You know how they do? They're listening also, but pretending that they are not listening. And that's the best thing to happen, because you know that they are listening. So then somebody from behind, impatiently, one parent said, "Arey bolna, speak something na, she's there too." I said, but now it's between us, not you. Don't own it up. Let me enjoy this silence also, na? It is so beautiful. And the way the thing opened up, I said, you know what? And that age group now, every child will have school problems, yes or no? Friends problem. Did you not have when you were kids? The only problem with you is you wanted to be friendly with someone, but that person wanted to be friendly with somebody else, and then that happened, trio happened. Yeah? And that was such a big issue in your life that you can't survive now anymore. And mom, you come and tell mom and she doesn't understand. Is that the problem? My grocery is over, that's my problem. Does it not happen? Yeah. So that's her biggest problem. So I said, especially young growing boys also, na? The ego is slowly developing, their personality is developing. So at home they say, hey Chu, you are a kid, you don't understand a thing. And here is they want to feel that they are growing up. And amongst the friends also this kind of. So I said, how do you feel if your friend whom you love, she doesn't talk to you, not just she doesn't talk to you, but she gossips behind your back. There is a word for it which I will not use now. है ना, बोले ना આપણે શું કે ફિમેલ ડોગ ને કે ને એ જ, પણ હવે ઇંગ્લિશમાં નહીં બોલવાનું, है ना, they do behind your back. When you go, she doesn't smile, she doesn't make you play. How do you feel? And you've done so much means you've done even homework for her. Do you have homework here in this one? Oh my God. Would you like it? All of them together say we really don't like it. How do you feel? Being used. Do you feel that you are used? Huh? લાગે કે નહીં એવું ઘણી વખત? People just use you and throw you and go away. I said, you know what? Have you ever thought how will your bed feel when you get up in the morning and leave it just like that and go away to school and come back again to rest at night? Will the bed not feel used? That when you wanted comfort and good sleep, you made use of me. And when you did not need me, you just jumped out and left. And like you now, all those children also kept looking. We never thought. We thought that only human beings need to be looked after. That these are non-living beings. But it has nothing to do with living and non-living being. It is to do with our attitude, our perspective. Because if I am good to living, I am naturally good to non-living. And if I am good to non-living, I am naturally. Because now it has nothing to do with non-living or living, it has to do with me. See that? How can I use them? And you won't believe the place where I was staying. Next day to that person, so many photographs of their morning rooms came. We have never seen our children keeping this way. But I never said keep your house clean. In a relationship, if I want some healthy relationship, I cannot live in my world and dominate the person who is in his world. I have to go into their world, to be with them, and then convey, see if it works. In Long Island Center, New York, there was this child who was playing with video games. The mother wanted her to sing for me. Sing na, Smrutiji ne kaik so samlao. And there was a song. Meri zameen, aasmaan, mere baba, mere. My daughter sings so well. I said, she's playing. She didn't like when mom said. But I knew when somebody reacts, no, somebody is fully with you. Because you cannot react if they are not with you. So I said, let them play now. Let her play. But I continued standing behind her. So after a while, she just turned a little bit to see whether I was still there. But I had nothing to say, for I had no agenda. All I wanted was not listen to the song, but be friendly to her. That's it. She continued playing her game, and then it became more often that she started looking. Then when I saw that I'm capturing her attention, I started humming. And I stopped like that air conditioner. And she said, Mere Papa. She started singing from where I stopped humming. You see that? In relationship, Love is something that comes. We are so goal-oriented that we forget what we truly are. And only when we stay connected to what we are can we bring any transformation outside. So Gandhiji so beautifully said, be the change that you want to see in the world. It is very easy to demand and expect changes from others in our relationship. If I wish to experience who truly I am, I have to begin my journey from where I am. And I am in relations. So until I make my relations smooth and sweet and beautiful, how will I ever slow down and stay apart from the noisy mind? The noisy mind has to become quiet. It needs that soothing environment within, and that can be given by a healthy relationship. If we are pulled by roles, how would I ever recognize the most peaceful and powerful soul? Though this is a reality, and this is only a temporary reality, but it is this temporary reality which is going to help me to experience my true nature. So I cannot say that to hell with and let this remain in mess, my relationship with people and things and beings. Yeah. You know why I'm saying what I'm saying? Because it is possible that I can be too compassionate towards a being. It's a virtue, not an action. So here is a person who picks up flower, gajro, gajra, you know gajras? So she bought a few gajras and this would be her name, every day, like chore. And then open the thread and offer it to Param Krupaude Chitrapat se. Why? Because he says, Daya dharma ka mool hai. You should be compassionate towards even flowers. See how they are tied. You must open up and let their existence be at the feet of the Master. I heard, but mane jarak ajuk tu laiko. You know, sometimes you just know it's a little too much. And I was shocked. One day, you know, you have these seats in ashram, the meditation seats, and they all were all spread out in Swadhyaya hall. A guest speaker was coming in. Now, it so happened that I was in the second row, and in the first row, this person comes and sits down. So there were some 200 chairs laid down, and some 200 stacked. Okay? You understand? Even the little one will be able to answer. Suppose if you find your chair was not comfortable, okay? What would you do? You don't want to sit for an hour session on that chair. What would you do? Change that chair. And where would you get that new chair from? Very beautiful. See, she's giving me goosebumps. But you know what this lady did? She exchanged it with someone who was then going to come next to her, because it was easier. Getting up and getting from the stacked one was difficult. This is how our behavior will become if we don't work on our virtue and only on our actions. You see this child, like that's why they say, no? Nirdosh balak che. Haji ayu nathi, rag dvesh nathi aya. She gave the perfect answer. Naturally, there are some chairs stacked there. You keep this there and take one which is comfortable and bring it. But when our goodness gets limited to only actions, this is what happens in our relationship with the world. With some, we are too sticky. And with some, we just can't stand them. But if we have known this fact that if everything is one, how can I ill-treat? Has it ever happened that you've bitten your tongue while chewing? Right? But you've lost your teeth also, milk teeth ever? Where does the tongue keep going when you lose your milk teeth? It just keeps going to the same place. Tongue doesn't say, why did you bite me? Now watch. No. Has it ever happened that your finger has ever gone in your eyes? Does your eyes say that? That a finger, I'm not going to look in the direction that you show. Arey no, Baba. When something happens to the eyes, what will the fingers do? Yes or no? Like that. If I have only understood that maintaining relationship is a problem and stress, there are no know-how, there are no shortcuts, there are no quick fixes. Stay connected to this beautiful me that I am, each one of us. And then the fragrance will start coming out through these roles that I have to play in the world. Yeah? Let us not forget this idea. Now, based on this, we'll do something of how I can express this beautiful me so that these relations are maintained, because it is also necessary. Vyavahar is also necessary. It is not just the Paramarth. The truth is of two types, absolute and relative. And as long as I'm in relative truth, I have to follow. They say, no, be a Roman in Rome. I can't drive like India if I'm in US. If I want to enjoy my ride here, I follow the US rules. In the same way, as long as I'm in the world, I follow the norms. That will keep me in harmony in that world. Yes? So that part of how do I express my divinity, my beauty, I purposely didn't take it in the first session because very quick to understand. But if you've not understood the base, every time, 2-3 times I'll be fine, again I will say, people say, oh, you should talk to your children smilingly, no? You tell, hi baby, my lovey-dovey baby, I love you so much. Mom, what do you want? But I spoke to my child so lovingly. Why is she asking me like that? Because you know why? We speak louder than words. People can sense us. We think we are like ostrich. Put our heads in when the storm comes, in the sand, nobody knows me. Except for me. Have you seen very young kids what they do when they play hide and seek? They think their eyes are closed. Nobody can see them. People can see us way. You know what? When you are joyous from within, everybody wants to come. When the flowers blossom, they don't have to say, oh honeybees, advertise na karo pade. Sugar doesn't have to advertise to the ants. They normally come. But the same sugar, if it remains in the box, even if it is in a glass dabba, bottle, you can see, but still it will not attract ants. Even if I'm essentially divine and so beautiful, but if I'm in the dabba of ego, personality, individuality, nobody will come. True or no? And when it comes out in open like that, how people travel so far to come for darshan. Arey derasar band thai jai, pehla pochi jaiye apne. Why? They came out of the bottles. And we can sense their fragrance even now. So we don't say we have come to do darshan of Pratimaji. We say we come to do darshan of Bhagwan. उनकी निशानी भी वही है. वो प्यार होता है. Everything. गुजराती में गाओ छो ना? જ્યાં જ્યાં નજર મારી પડે ઝાંખી દિસે છે આપની. You will become such joyous existence where you see everywhere just you only. Not you as an individual. You won't see Malu everywhere, but you will see you everywhere. So do we want to try that in the second session? We started a little late, so I continued for a long time. It is now 10 to 12. So I too did my job of 1.5 hours. A little more than that. So how much time you will take? You will not even dump your stomach with it. And so you will not even feel sleepy. So it's good at 12:30 we meet again. 12:30 or maybe 1:45. Right? Is that fine?
Yeah.
Then I will leave it for you, open for you to ask questions. But I tell you, you will have no questions only. Because now you know where to work. There are no quick fixes in relationships. Thank you so much. Sadguru Deva Ki Jai, Param Kripalu Deva Ki Jai, Triloknath Ki Jai, आज के आनंद की जय. ओम.
Was it loud enough?
Yeah, it was getting a little muffled.
There was a slight
But I
echo.
yeah.
What was it?
It's a slight echo when she spoke with a high pitch in the sound. No? There was a
But
slight.
so was it too loud?
No, it was not too loud. But only occasionally you could see that there
I
was
think
a.
she
there
likes
was
it long. It should be shorter. But she won't let me shorten it. See, I like this view. You can change it if you like. I like it. Nice big face. Okay.
મારે નહીં કહું પડદામાં રહેજે પડદામાં રહેજે
પડદા એકદમ પડદામાં કાંઈ નથી લખવાના.
So tell Biren not to rush.
अब तो ऊपर चलेंगे.
પ્રમોશન
Promotion is so comfortable being together. What are you all doing? Writing? Doing something? Drawing? Then? Doing your homework? Then? Just like that. We'll meet in the evening. Enjoy. Question?
Jajendra, just a couple of announcements before we begin. Quite a few of you have pledged the donation. We appreciate that help. Just a request to give your checks or cash to Ashok Bhai here. And that check should be made out to Jain Center of Southern California. The second part of the announcement was if you have not received the email about the Jaina Convention registration, some people have not. Let us know that we can make sure that you get the email. And the session registration has started as of Thursday morning. I'm ready to do that as well. And I think that's basically it. Thank you.
चलो मोटा बनो जल्दी आ जाओ.
Just one more announcement.
One more. So most of you probably got WhatsApp message about the Sadhana Bhatti, which is on the Memorial Day weekend, May 25, 26 and 27 from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Not that you have to attend all 3 days, but if whoever can. So if you have received it, please fill out the form so we know how many people are coming, and that way you can arrange for food and all those. So as soon as you can reply, it will help us a lot.
It's open to all.
Yeah,
It's open to all.
Yeah, it's open to you.
And if anyone's interested in what do we do in sadhana, but
Yeah.
Jai Prabhu. Sadhana Bhatti probably something is new for some of you. If you are interested, what do we do in Sadhana Bhatti? Please let us know. We can give you, detailed information. What is the typical day look like, and you will really, really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. So please come, and if any more questions, we can answer those questions.
Okay, that reminds me one more thing. Sorry. Most of you probably have come here by filling out the form, the RSVP form for this particular shibir for building bridges. But if some of you have just walked in and you want to be on our mailing list or email list, please let us know, and that we can keep you informed of all the programs of the LA's Raj Parivar Center. Thank you.
I wanted you all to see some nice, beautiful 2 minutes clips outside. So you want to do it now or you want to do it at the end? Now? So can I request the AV group to do something?
जापान से अमेरिका गया था. It's okay, it's coming from here, but it's loud, right?
Yeah. Is it the first video of the thing? Does it say read one?
It's number 1.
Yeah, okay.
Might be internet.
I don't know where the sound comes
No, it's okay. We can hear, na?
from.
Full kari chhi na volume.
It was 95.
What happened to the sound?
There you go. Connection loses.
જાપાનથી જ અમેરિકા ગયા હતા. પોતાની ડાયરી લખતા ને એક વખત એક પ્રસંગ બન્યો એ એમને ડાયરીમાં નોંધ્યું કે એક વખત એ રસ્તા પર જતા હતા અને એમને જોયું કે એક મકાનમાં આગ લાગી હતી. ભયંકર આગ લાગેલી. બંબાવાલા બધા આવી ગયા હતા અને ઘરનો
You
માલિક
can keep
અંદર જાય જ્યાં હજી એટલી આગ પ્રસરી નહોતી અને જે કિંમતી વસ્તુ હોય તે બહાર કાઢે. જેટલું બચાવી શકાય એટલું બચાવે. આખું એસી તો કાઢી ના શકે આપણે, પણ જેની જેટલી વસ્તુ બચાવી શકાય એટલે બચાવે. પછી બંબાવાલાએ પૂછ્યું કે હજી કોઈ કિંમતી વસ્તુ અંદર છે? તો કે ના, લગભગ કિંમતી વસ્તુ તો બધી, કારણ કે હવે ભડકા થાય છે. તો કે હવે બધું જેટલું કિંમતી ચીજો હતી તે હું બહાર લઈ આવ્યો. અને તેટલી વારમાં એક બંબાવાલા ઘરમાંથી બહાર નીકળે છે. બળતા ઘરમાંથી બહાર નીકળે છે. અંદર જોવા ગયો છે તો બહાર નીકળે. એના હાથમાં એ માલિકના પુત્રની બળેલી લાશ હાથમાં હતી. અને સ્વામી રામથી તેમની ડાયરીમાં લખે, જેના માટે બધી વસ્તુઓ બચાવી એને જ ના બચાવ્યો. તે બેક બેલેન્સ બચાવી પણ તારા આત્માને ભાવ મરણ. ખરેખર તો એને આત્મહત્યા કહેવાય. બધું જાણ્યું, બધું મેળવ્યું, બધું જીત્યું, પણ એક સ્વને જ જાણ્યો નહીં, સ્વને જ પ્રાપ્ત કર્યો નહીં, સ્વને જ જીત્યો નહીં. તો તે શું કર્યું? જ્ઞાની કહે છે નિરપવાદપણે, એટલે કે અપવાદ વિના જે સ્વ તરફ વળ્યા એ સુખી થયા છે. નિરપવાદપણે, અપવાદ વિના જે પર તરફ ગયા એ અંતે દુઃખી થયા છે. Try to be a joyous presence to others.
No. What I was saying is you can keep the mic on this side of the speaker and not needed to hold it. Yeah. Can we guess it? You understood the Gujarati part of Baba? Inevitably, people who have moved towards their own true nature, they have experienced harmony, peace and love and joy. That's what we were doing, right? And inevitably, people who have gone outside of themselves, yeah, searching and seeking for, you will need to screen moti karna. So then I suggest ke no, एक second. Moti karna screen. Only screen is there, not.
It won't happen because of the ratio of the desktop.
No, Babu. I am saying. I know what I'm saying. That it should not. It should cover the compound C karina. Control C. Yeah. The control nathi na magma. That's it. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
What did you do? Did you did that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, ready?
So then, one second. So now you know, આપણે જે કહેતા હતા ને કે હું રિલેશનશિપની વાત કરું છું, બળેલા ઘરમાં ગયો અને કાઢી આવ્યો કોને? પોતાના છોકરાનો બળી ગયો. તો એ ત્યાં આત્મા બળી ગયો, યા ભાવ મરણ કેટલું કર્યું મેં. All I need to do in our relationship, to improve our relationship, I don't have to do anything to the relationship. I have to do something in me. And if I have turned towards me, they can અપવાદ રહી છે, જે લોકો અંદર વળ્યા છે એ સુખી થયા છે. Yeah.
Joyous presence. If you are a joyous presence to others.
Okay, one second. Can you stop? Now 2 fingers up. Go to 2 fingers up on the back. On the 1 second.
And how can you be a joyous presence?
2 fingers up and on that.
Yeah.
2 fingers up. 2 fingers up.
here?
Yeah. Increase karachi. 200 volume too?
200%.
Yeah, 200%. Thank you. Okay.
That's fine.
And computer volume is also full, right?
I'm not a Mac guy.
Okay. But you can't miss it. Yeah, it's done.
Hey, Viren, put the mic on the left side and move the computer on the right side. Yeah.
The
connector છે ત્યાં આગળ
Yeah,
connector
connector
મળી
છે.
જશે. ત્યાં connector છે right.
Up until you can rest
But
it.
I can't rest it on the connector is loose.
Does anyone know on MacBook how you say send the audio to the TV instead of using the laptop speaker?
અમને ખબર હશે.
Yeah, it's HDMI.
It should automatically do it, but it's not doing it.
Oh yeah, you know what? Just go to preference. Go to preferences. Go to sound from preference. Yeah. You see sound?
Yeah, there is sound.
Second row, second last.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go there. Okay. Now choose your
LG TV.
LG TV. Yes. How play karo?
You have to be joyous, and if you don't
Yeah,
expect,
exactly.
if you are joyous, you will not expect.
So you have to put 2 fingers start from the beginning of this video. No, 2 fingers left. Yeah, that's a start.
And just play from here.
Yeah.
Try to be a joyous presence to others. Joyous presence. If you are a joyous presence to others, you can help the other person to bring out his her best. And how can you be a joyous presence to others? You have to be joyous, and if you don't expect, if you are joyous, you will not expect. પેટ ભરેલું હોય તો બીજાની ડીશમાં એ શું ખાય છે તમે નહીં જો. So you don't expect, and when you don't expect, the other person feels free in your presence. તમારી કોઈ માંગ હોય ને, સમજો આપણે માંગ હોય કે મેઘલબેન સરખી તો ગાય તો મજા આવે, તો there is a bondage. You are creating a bondage. The person won't be free and obviously not joyous. આ બધા માટે સાસુ વહુ એક્સેટ્રા બધા માટે, મધર કિડ્સ માટે તો હાઈએસ્ટ. જ્યારે આજુબાજુ બધા બહુ જ એક્સપેક્ટ કરતા હોય ને તમારી પાસે, યુ સી સડનલી યુ એક્સપિરિયન્સ સ્ટ્રેસ. કામ તો કાંઈ કર્યું નથી, 16-17 કલાક કામ નથી કર્યું. ઇનફેક્ટ કેવું લાગશે, શું કહેશે, આ કરશે, શું ઓપિનિયન બાંધશે, આ વિચારો જ કર્યા, તમે કામ જ નથી કર્યું. સ્ટ્રેસ શેનો થાય તમને? પણ થાય છે. સી ટ્રાય ટુ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ. બીજા બહુ એક્સપેક્ટેશન રાખે તો યુ સ્ટાર્ટ એક્સપિરિયન્સિંગ બોન્ડેજ, સ્ટ્રેસ and not at all joyous. To be joyous you want something different, correct? So you marry a woman. Slowly you start expecting sameness. મારી જેમ કેમ વિચારતો નથી, હું જેમ વિચારું છું તેમ કેમ નથી વિચારતો. So you married someone different to be joyous. આ તમારું હેતુ અને એક્સપેક્ટેશન કેટલું વિયર્ડ છે. Now you want sameness, મારી જેમ જ વિચાર. And in that you create misery. That is the end of your joyous life. Try to understand the stupidity of mind, stupidity of your intellect, which has to improve by satsang. But stop expecting you will be a joyous presence to that person, and that person will be a joyous presence to you. Mari was a lady, she was living with her mother in New York City. She was not.
Yeah. No.
Move this, right?
No. Just play and take. How now play? Yeah.
Too old. You can't even say too young. She was not too short also. She was not too tall also. She was not beautiful also and not ugly also. એટલે એક સામાન્ય જીવન જીવતી હતી. કશે જોબ કરતી હતી, દરરોજ જાય, પણ એટલું બધું ઇન્ટરેસ્ટિંગ લાઈફ નહોતી એની. એક દિવસ when she was going, ઘરેથી નીકળીને ચાલતી જ્યાં જોબ કરતી ત્યાં જતી હતી, એને જોયું કે એક રસ્તામાં એક નવી હેટની શોપ છે અને એક હેટ એને કંઈક ગમી એટલે એને માથા પર પહેરી. First time she saw herself in the mirror, and at that time she was feeling happy, so she was smiling, and that smiling face was adding to her beauty. She really felt nice, so she decided to buy that hat. બહાર નીકળી ચાલતી જાય છે, she's feeling good. She's passing by a coffee shop. તો પેલા કોફી વાળાએ કીધું, you look very beautiful man. એ જ્યાં જોબ કરતી હતી બિલિંગમાં એન્ટર થાય door man. He smiled at her. She felt good. પછી એની કેબિનમાં ગઈ તો ત્યાંના આજુબાજુવાળા કે એનો બોસ કંઈક પાસ કરતો તો એને પણ સ્માઇલ આપી. She felt so nice. She just didn't want to work. She wanted to go home and enjoy. થોડું કામ કરીને નીચે ઉતરી અને એને કેબ માટે હાથ ઊંચો કર્યો. 4-5 કેબ આવી ગઈ અને પછી ઘરે પહોંચે છે. એની માં હતી અને જેવું ડોર ખોલીને અંદર જાય છે એની માં કહે, You look very beautiful today. She's so happy, all because of this hat. એટલે એની માએ કીધું, Which hat? એટલે એના માથા પર હાથ મૂક્યો તો hat હતી જ નહીં. એના મનમાં hat હતી, એના માથા પર hat નહોતી. અને thinking કે અરે મેં ખરીદી છે, મેં પહેરી હતી, અને પછી એને યાદ આવે છે એ પૈસા આપવામાં પૈસા તો આપી દીધા પણ hat લેવાનું ભૂલી ગઈ હતી. પણ એના મનમાં એમ હતી કે મેં hat પહેરી છે and I look very beautiful. Hat નહોતી પણ ખાલી hat છે એટલે વિચાર માત્રથી there was a glow on her face, there was a sparkle in her eyes, there was a smile on her face. Thoughts are creating miracles, not hats. It is the thoughts which enslave you. It is the thought which liberates you. Thoughts can create miracle. So instead of changing your circumstances, why don't you change your thoughts?
Guys, is it getting more clearer now?
કોઈને તમારા જીવનમાં કોઈ એકાદ નાસ્ટી પર્સન તો છે કે નહીં? ટ્રબલ મેકર છે કે કોક ને કોક તો તમને હશે. Just give 3 minutes for the nasty person. I'll tell you how. 3 things you have to do. So bring that person, his, her, whoever it is, on the mind screen and allow. Number 1, first say sorry to that person. Yeah? એને કહેવાનું કે મારે કહેવાનું એ જે અમને ખરાબ કરે છે એ તે પૂર્વભૂમાં એને કર્યું છે એટલે કરે છે, રાઈટ? ખરાબ તો કરે જ છે, એમાં તો કોઈ મત નથી, મારે કોઈનું પૂછવાની જરૂર નથી, એટલું ક્લિયર છે કે મને હેરાન કરે છે. પણ એ તે પૂર્વે જે કર્યું હતું એના કારણે કરે છે. એટલે ટેલ ધેટ પર્સન સોરી ફોર વોટ આઈ હેવ ડન ઇન માય પ્રીવિયસ કોસ્ચ્યુમ ટુ યુ, કે જેના કારણે તમે આમ કર્યા કરવાનું મન થયા કરે. I'm not telling એને જઈને કે ખાલી માઇન્ડ સ્ક્રીન પર કહો છો. Now come on, this much you should do. Second, I forgive you for whatever you are doing to me now, out of your misunderstanding or miscommunication or kashal bhav or unknowingly or knowingly, whatever you are doing to me, જે તમને એમ લાગે છે કે it's hurting me, એના માટે I forgive you. Past થઈ ગયો, present થઈ ગયો, હવે future. બસ third mantra, third line, third minute. And I wish there is a relationship of love and respect for each other. આજથી આવું જ રહેશે આપના વચ્ચે. I forgive you for all what you have done in the past. No residue left. And I just wish for a very respectful, loving, caring relationship. Just 3 minutes for that nasty person. તમે બોલો એમાં ભગવાન દેખાશે. આ 3 કરીને જો તમને તારો શોખ લાગશે કે મેં ભગવાનને નાસ્તી કીધો. Every argument has 3 sides. Your side, my side, and the right side. You don't know the right side. You don't know their side also. You only know my side and you find that is the right side. Argument is inevitable. Because now you feel the other person is wrong, the other person should be corrected, because you are not ready to understand that your side was one side only. One person said I shave 8 times a day. Couple maran chod. But I'm a barber. You just assume he shaved himself. Did I say? It's so surprising that people can think differently also. Someone in Masood was going with a basket of cherries and some kids, they pestered him. Napo. एक चेरिया पीन है. Only one, तो फिर the others are same. Other cherries taste the same. So you can think કે તમને ચાકરી છે ને ચેરી, તો એના બાકી બધી સેમ છે. પેલાને ખાવી હોય ને આને ચખાવી હોય. I found that we can think otherwise too. A person can think, can interpret the events, words in a different way, which is not wrong, because you are not always right. You are one side, you are true, but you are true only from one angle. It cannot be portrayed as absolute truth. It is a relative truth. તે આ સાઈડ જોઈ તો ને એને આ સાઈડ જોયું તો where is that person is wrong, અને હજી રાઈટ સાઈડ તો બાકી જ છે. એટલે તમે બંને ખોટા હોઈ શકો. એટલે થોડું વિચારવામાં જ્યાં ધીરજ લયાવે ત્યાં ધીમે ધીમે આપના ભાવમાં ઓટોમેટિક કોઈ કશાનો ઉદ્રેક જ નહીં થાય. And that is so important. There was one lame boy. He goes with his packets of agarbatti. એક દુકાનમાં જાય છે. એક દુકાનદારે બહુ એને ખરાબ રીતે કીધું, પાછો આવી ગયો. અને ત્યાં કસ્ટમર્સ બી હતા, they were saying એટલે he had come for this new customers કે એ લોકોને કોઈ અગરબત્તીનું પેકેટ લેવું હોય તો અને એમ કે જ્યાં ચાલ્યો છે બહુ ખરાબ રીતે કીધું. જો એ ત્યાં એક સજ્જન માણસ બેઠો તો એને આ વર્તન ગમ્યું નહીં. એને પેલાને કીધું કે આટલો ખડૂસ આ માણસ છે તો તું શું કામ આ દુકાને આવે છે. Then he tells his story કે હું ને મારી માં છે, ફેમિલીમાં મારો બાપ મરી ગયો છે, બીજું કોઈ છે નહીં, હું અપંગ છું, મારે જ કામ કરવું પડે એમ છે. થોડા દિવસ પહેલા હું ઘરે ગયો તો મારી માં રડતી હતી કે બેટા તું જ્યાં સુધી ઘરે નથી આવતો ને ત્યાં સુધી મને બહુ તારી ચિંતા રહે છે, કારણ કે અપંગ છે ને કોઈક વાર રોડ ક્રોસ કરતા કે કોઈનો ધક્કો લાગતા, કંઈક પડી ગયો, એક્સિડન્ટ થઈ ગયો એટલે મને બહુ ચિંતા થાય છે. ત્યારે મેં એને કીધું મારી માને કે ઘર સંભાળવાનું કામ તારું છે, રસોઈ બનાવવાનું કામ તારું છે અને એમાં હું દખલ કરું કે તું મીઠું નાખ દાળમાં, હું હળદર નાખું, પછી પેલું તો તને ફાવે, તને ગમે? તો કે ના બિલકુલ નહીં, મારું કામ મને કરે તો તમારી જે ચોઈસ હોય એ પ્રમાણે કરી પણ લેટ મી ડુ. તો કે મમ્મી મારી ચિંતાનું કામ ભગવાનનું છે, ભગવાનના કામમાં તું દખલ કરશે ને તો ભગવાનને બી નહીં ફાવે કે જો તમારે ચિંતા કરો તો તમે કરો. This touched me a lot કે તમે તમારા જીવનની ચિંતા માત્ર એકને સોંપો. બર્થડે પાર્ટીઝમાં સમ પ્રોગ્રામ, some show, some game, something, and you are very hungry, you have only come for the food, give the gift and just go away. But કેક જ સારી કટ થતી નથી, લંબાવી જ રાખે એ લોકો. તો આવું બને and you are hungry, so you are sitting on the front first row, જ્યાં ખાવાનો એરિયા છે ફર્સ્ટ રોમાં, you are sitting and you are just waiting for someone to come with a bowl and serve and some. Then one lady comes out of the kitchen with a bowl. બોલમાં શું છે દેખાતો નથી પણ કંઈક તો છે ને. And that lady starts from the last. And એ ખાવાનું આવતા everybody must have taken a little bit of whatever it was. So I'm chilling there, બાકી then food was over. That lady went back into the kitchen. So, okay. So another lady came out with a bowl of something. So he got up and sat at the back. And now I can't stay with this hunger, so I want it fast. And then lady started. And by the time she came, already kitchen no put it, so again little time goes. So the fellow was so frustrated, he said to leave. And when he was about to leave, 3 ladies came with bowl. જેમાં બિરયાનીની સુગંધ આવતી હતી. તો સુગંધના કારણે તો ના ચાલો આવી ગયો છો તો 3 લેડીઝ છે તો લેટ મી સિટ. So he sat in the middle. So that one lady comes with that bowl. She starts from the front row, first row rather. Second lady starts from the third lady comes with the bowl and without even seeing what is there, he just put his hand in the bowl, took picks at it. She must have felt કે આટલું બધું સર્વિંગ થઈ ગયું, કેટલાકનું ફિનિશ થઈ ગયું હશે તો took picks. See, this is what we do. We go on changing our places because of our trishna. I'm not to do, I'm not to do. Just stay at one place and God will serve you. Serving તો ચાલુ છે પણ તમે બદલ કરો છો. So when I'm saying એને ચિંતા કરવા દો તો પછી એનું પ્લાનને પણ એક્ઝિક્યુટ થવા દો. એ પ્લાનની અંદર you are supposed to be in the front row. Now you changed it and went to the back. So now God has to change the whole plan. એને બીજાની મોકલો ત્યાં ભાઈ. And he wanted to second round માં કે third round માં, that was his plan. હવે તું બદલ કરે છે એટલે એમના બધા પ્લાન્સ ફેલ જાય છે. Are you getting it? સ્વામી રામતીર્થ જાપાનમાં હતા, જાપાનથી જ અમેરિકા ગયા હતા.
So nice, right? So beautiful. If we stay centered, everything falls in place. There's this divine plan, specially designed just for me. That's why he said life is not something that happens to us, but happens for us. we just have to trust His ways and His timings. It's so important. You know? We become so impatient, we become so eager, and we imagine what is good for us. That's the worst part. If only we have faith enough, yeah, that all what I need to have in my relationship is already and always there. What is already and always there? Love. Yeah, harmony, peace, understanding. Everything is already and always there. Then all what I need to do is just have patience, allow things to unfold, yeah, and not be so eager to see results. We are very result oriented. If only we can be more love oriented, if we can stay centered within. Yeah. So then in the first session we saw how what I am seeking is already there. Now, if I want to experience this unhindered happiness in all my relationship, and your relationship with who? Not with myself first, like the aircraft which drops the oxygen mask. What I have to do is first wear myself, and then I will remain in senses to help others also. In the same way, if I can handle my life, myself. That first relationship. How do I maintain this relationship with myself if I stay connected to the divine? So my relationship with my God. We all love selfies, don't we? આજકાલ તો બહુ સેલ્ફીનો જમાનો છે. બીરેન કરે તમારી સાથે સેલ્ફી? દાદી સાથે નથી કરતો. Has this come out or something? No, it's okay. It's sliding down, right? Which is fine. Is that okay, but? Yeah. You can hear me. So we then go next to God, and suppose if you want photograph with God, બરાબર છે? તમે એવું કરો છોકરાઓને પરણાવતી વખતે જ્યારે યુનિવર્સિટી when they go to university, you say, I don't mind whosoever you want to marry, but એવું marry કરજે કે you look good on reception stage પર. Your picture should come out well. And one thing that used to say those days, હવે તો I don't know, so don't get Amitabh Bachchan and Jaya Bhatturi જેવા. And the Gujarati word is સજોડું. સજોડું લાગવું જોઈએ, કજોડું ન લાગવું જોઈએ. It should match. The match also should be equal. Yeah? Don't they say that? So when we stand next to Bhagwan, you see we're talking about relationship with Bhagwan. આપણું સજોડું છે કે કજોડું છે? તું રહ્યો વિતરાગી, હું રહ્યો રાગી. If I peep into my heart, I don't see any light. I don't see any hope. Yeah, I see only failures, and that also covered by what you call as a false ego. Yeah, that I can do it deep within. I myself have no confidence in anything that I do. Why else I should get butterflies in my stomach facing any challenge in life? And when I look into you, peep into your nature, I see only bliss. So if I want to maintain good relationship with myself, I have to also maintain good relationship with my God. Building bridges with God. Meaning, if I want to reach out to you, I have to move towards you. Is it difficult to understand? No. Let me give you an example. Suppose it's very cold. Does it become very chill here? Do you have heaters here? You have fire, what do you call it? Fireplaces here? When it's really, really cold, and when you light a fire in fireplace, if you move closer towards fire, what happens to us? We get warm, yeah? We go farther away from fire, what happens to us? We feel cool. So on a bridge, when we go closer to God, bridge meaning connection. At this point of time, I don't feel connected to Him. How do I know I'm not connected? Simple. You have gardens in your houses? Do you water your plants? How do you know that you are connected to the reservoir? Very simple. Reservoir has got water. I open the tap, and if on the other side of the hose pipe there is water, I say what? They are connected. So on the other side should be the same as this side. True? How do I know I am connected to my Lord? That I am in relationship with God? All what He has starts showing up here. So if there is peace here, if there is love here, if there is joy here, if there is equanimity here, look at me. If there is selflessness here, if it doesn't come up, but I finished my kram, I did my swadhyay, I finished my bhakti, but where was the connection? How do you know that? Suppose you have phone and I also have phone. Barabar cha? So when will you say that you are connected to me? I can hear, listen to your voice. If you don't listen to my voice, what would you say? Oh, I think it's got disconnected. Or maybe I have got out of range. So then, my relationship with my Bhagwan, all I have to do is look within and check what is here. Is it happening here? If it is happening, then my connection is strong, irrespective of what I am doing. That's what I was saying. Somebody was saying that you're so busy all the time, and I said, as long as you're connected, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You remember that's what I was telling you downstairs? This is what I mean. If you're happy, if you're creative, if you wonder at anything you see, apurvata bhase. Anybody you meet as though you're meeting for the first time, with no purvagra, no biases. Yeah? Why? Because as though I'm seeing you for the first time. Just see when you visit temples and you see the slight smile in Bhagwan's face. Imagine, just imagine, if Bhagwan had to have biases. How would he look at me? First of all, he won't look only at me. That you come to my temple to take my darshan, but you never come for me. You always have a shopping list for me. True or not? So, if I am connected, do I have the same qualities, virtues, attributes that my Lord has? So, connecting bridges, not just with people around. First is to myself, but how do I know I'm connected with myself? I get connected to the divine first, right? Once I am connected there, tell me, what do you really need to do to stay connected to the world? Nothing. Why? Because there was this young lady saint called Muktabai, and there was this another saint who said, I want to go and have darshan of this small girl. So this saint goes for her darshan, and when he reaches their village, outside her hut, he sees this lady saint fighting for a cow dung cake. You know what's a cow dung cake, right? Have you seen what is? No, it's not cake. Gobar. Cow dung to khabar pade na? When it gets dried out, and then that is used as fuel. Okay? So she's fighting for her. That's what the other one who had come for her darshan. Right? She's fighting. Give it to me, this is mine. And the other fellow, maybe neighborhood, some boy, was fighting. So he started wondering, have I come for her darshan? I thought that she is saying, that's what people have been saying, but it's so sad. What kind of God realizes she that she's fighting for a cow donkey? Every day you feed your cow, she will bring out something out of which you can make a cow donkey, for which she is fighting so much. And so she comes to the saint and says, I am not fighting for my cow dung cake, but I am seeing you are fighting. He said, who told you? He said, I am fighting for my Vithala. Vithala is Krishna's name. Shri Krishna's another name is Vithala. Yeah? What are you talking? What kind of is a cow donkey? I can see it. That's why in Jainism it is said, Shraddha Paramadurlabha. Shraddha, faith you need where your eyes can't see that something does exist. Yeah? You will need faith. So he could see only cow dung cake. And here she's saying, Vithala, Vithala. He said, I'm sorry, but I am not seeing anything other than a cow dung cake. And you know what she does? She takes that cake and puts it near his ears. And what was the cow dung coming out of it? Vithala, 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 Vithala. He was down with tears at her feet. Small girl, maybe one of these girls' age. That's Sashram Namaskar. When you stay connected, you don't see the world the way mind sees. You see the world as it is. And what is the world as it is? One divine expressing in different names and forms. And thereafter, the whole world seems like what? Like how the body is. It is so natural for us to serve. It is not a chore. It is not difficult. If you've really worked hard today. Chaitali. Right, Chaitali? You've really worked hard. Hands, legs, badhu dukhe chhe. Now you have no capacity to do any dishwashing. Okay? But you still have the capacity to press your own hands and press your own head. Why? Because that's not me. This is me. When you see the saints moving around without taking care of their physical health, you wonder, how do they do it? Yeah? And that's all because when I see this whole universe as my limb, my own body, how can I say I have no time for you when you are in pain? Sthitikaran is one of the virtues of a Samyak Drashta. It's so easy. Vatsalya is a very nature of a Samyak Drashta. Why? You may study in Pathshala. But are you able to now understand why they have got Vatsalya? Why they have got Sthitikaran? How can I not be helpful to my painful head? Yeah? Because I am in here. So when you go up to them and say, thank you, thank you, thank you, you know what they say? Did I do anything? I don't think so. No? That's why they say Karuna is their second nature. Why Karuna is there? Now imagine it's the head telling the hand, thank you, thank you, thank you. It sounds so weird to you, right? And because we can't understand that language of oneness, they say, it's all my Guru's grace. It's all because of him. Which is also true, because there is no difference between Guru and me. You see that? To be able to reach to that state, wherever I am, I have to route my journey from there. I cannot start from where I am not. I can only start from where I am. So now we are going to quickly see in this remaining time, how do I bring out my divine? Yesterday we saw, love you, love you, love you means God is in my heart. How many of you got up in the morning, woke up in the morning with this remembrance that God is with me? I'm so happy. Did you see the change in the way you woke up? You change your inner environment. This is what spirituality can do. Not notes can do, not thoughts can do, but a different way of looking at it. A different perspective. And this different perspective is the real perspective. And you can try, time tested check, and you can try it any time, and you will You will see the result like this. Yeah. So now, if you know you're carrying God with you, how would you express it in your relationship? So very relationship will tell us, how do I conduct myself? So all set, ready? Okay, so then we start with two things, readiness and responsibility. One thing is, to maintain a good relationship, am I ready? Generally when there are conflicts in relationship, why should I go to that person? Why can't that person come to me? Why can't mommy understand me? Why should I only understand? No. It is my responsibility, so I show the readiness to maintain my relationship. Is it difficult? Difficult to understand? Now tell me, one conflict in your life with anything, bring to your mind. Were these two things lacking? Do I have logic to support? Enmity or ill feelings towards the person? Are you thinking with me that I have become dull? I don't know whether you're reflecting as I'm asking you to do. Am I ready? What do I do? How do I be different? In what way can I act differently, think differently? Am I ready to think differently? That's what he said, na? To be able to think differently. Every time I only have to do, okay, whatever I have. I cannot make salt sugar and sugar salt. But can I not make use of salt and sugar? Do I every time have to bring those kind of changes? So the most important thing in art is, can I resolve today? Yeah. That my relationship is my responsibility. Why? Because I wish to be happy all the time, at all places. Is there anybody who wants to be happy now and not hereafter? Are you with me? Are you the less light behind? Don't go to sleep. I'm so charged, man. Or you had too much of food. Or is this the sleeping hour? No, right? That's why, in American culture they have happy hour. She said, no, we have happy hour. I said, we also have happy hours. No, don't say that here. Happy hour means. So is this after lunch happy hour for us? Where we get a divine kick? Yeah? With me? Anytime there have been conflicts in our lives, have we lacked in this two things? It's not me who have shown readiness, and it's me who have not taken the responsibility. Who is responsible for the conflict? I'm not getting into that. Why? Because my happiness is my choice. Everybody wants to become star in life. You want to become star in life? You know what is star? Who is the star? Stop, think, act rightly. We instinctively behave. We jump to conclusions. We assume. So beautifully he says, for anything there is my way, your way, and the third is the right way. And it is possible that neither of us are right, which is true. We saw in the first session that the absolute truth is there is just oneness. There is just divinity all around. And therefore, they don't need paradises to go and be happy. They move with that paradise. We saw that, remember? We start to assume things. So all what I do, this is very beautiful, see if you can understand. For the kids also you can, huh? What do we say normally when there are conflicts in the relationship? Okay, I'm just like that. This is me. Bear with me if you want to, or whatever. It's either my way or highway. These are some common things. There's no in between. Either it is black, white, no shades in between. Or I felt it, so I did it. I felt that way. Don't you think? So there was this dog, and there was this dog owner. And that dog owner sends his dog to a university, dog university, to study. Yeah, you pay for that too. But it is so surprising. You throw stone at a dog, what will a dog do? Bark, attack you. True. But if you throw stone at a human being, if he also barks back or throws stones back, then what is the difference between a two-legged and a three-legged? Four-legged? No, three-legged is my example, let me tell you that. So then this dog boy sends the dog to the university. He paid heavily for it, and he brings it. And now, like a proud dog owner, and educated, university-educated dog owner, you never realize who should be recognized. Okay, so now first lamppost comes, the dog stops. You can't be doing this here. Oh man, I paid so much for your education. You can't be doing this. The dog looked at it, again started walking better. Second lamppost, again he stopped. I own such a dog. The third lamppost, and the dog said, I can't help it. And he stood on the three legs. You know what I mean? So the dog owner asked this dog, why did you do it? So you know what he said? I felt it, so I did it. Like that, anger comes in the mind. And I become angry. Why did you become angry? You listen to satsang so much. Doka kitla jhuda ho. Ha karo. Why did you become? I felt it, so I did it. Sad thought come. Sad thoughts come. I don't have to become sad. I just have to allow these visitors to pass by. None of them are permanent residents. They go away. But I get carried away and I become sad. I become jealous. Jealousy thought comes. So what? Either fight, let them come. I don't become what they come. If I'm able to do this. But am I ready? Only if I am earnestly trying, then it is possible to take response. What is the meaning of responsibility? The one who has the ability to respond and not react is responsibility. I have so many responsibilities of looking after my daughter, my husband, my job. And if I'm tensed and stressed out, then I'm not responsible. Doing chores doesn't make me responsible. That ability to respond to any situation that comes to me, that is called as being responsible. We are misusing, we are abusing words. In English dictionary, it is very clear. Responsibility is ability to respond. Now let us not use this word by, if I'm doing something, just doing for the sake of doing something, and then calling it as something else. Yeah? So most important thing, have I taken that resolution? Am I ready? But that person may do this, that doesn't matter. Itna tata. Wife was hurt. She used to throw tantrums. One day, Eknath Maharaj was sent to sell, sugar cane and that. Whole cart full of them. He would be in his own trance. So as he was going to the market, all the children from behind took away all of them. Only one got left. So he said, how to sell only one? He came back with that one. The wife said, you sold off everything for a change, you did something. He said, did I? I don't know. She goes to see there's only one left. She got so angry, she took one and hit on his back. That thing broke into two. And he was so happy. He said, we have only one, now you made it two. Here is someone who's resolved and ready to maintain happiness. You see that? Joy. Let anything come. Yesterday we saw that song. Haste, haste. But how will you love? You have to stay connected to some happy source. You cannot love for a long time. After marriages, in the receptions, people have to take anti-inflammatories because their cheeks pain. I'm not joking. They're not used to smiling so much. Have you taken anybody here? Have you experienced pain? Why you were not happy marrying her?
40 years ago.
Imagine it is so difficult for us to, am I ready? Am I ready? Am I responsible? Yeah. The one who is able to respond to situations, that person will have no problem in relationships. Even if the wife is like that, who keeps nagging, you will still find out your ways to stay happy and stay connected. How do I know I'm connected? Peace. How do I know I'm connected? Joy. How do I know I'm connected? Wonderment. Wonderment. You realize, you know what is wonderment? It's lost and forgotten for us. We don't know wonderment. How to wonder at things. Do you know something so unique and beautiful and something beyond what a human being can do is move earth. We can't move after 50 years तो आने हला होता है कमर कमरा हो गया ना कमरा हो जाता है. We not move. And this earth is moving round. And because of it, every day there's a sunrise and a sunset. There's nothing special about it. So we go for sunrise points and sunset points, right? And go and do their work. Click pictures. And having click pictures, we don't even enjoy that. There's no wonderment. And then where do we put these pictures? In the albums? Or maybe hang it on the wall. How important it is to stay connected. Wonderment. These small kids, in Kerala, they would have mamra, kurmura, puffed rice. If mother is too busy and she wants the child to stay busy and not disturb her, ek room saaf karina ke and they throw mamra. You know what the kids do? Wonder. With every puff rice they wonder. They go, fallen. Go on. Go to other. There's no boredom only. Why? So free to wonder. Is it not something very wonderful? Take a leather bag. Try it. What's your name? Your name? Yeah. Huh? Rishabh? Okay, Rishabh. Try. Try if you want to. Take a leather bag. Every day put 3 times a day. How many times you eat? 3 only times. In between also punch bit. Doesn't matter. Whatever number of times. That much food you put in that. You see next day what happens. 3 days later, a week later, what happens? Starts stinking. And here is this being fed. Even after feeding for a week, that leather bag cannot walk, cannot talk, cannot see, cannot hear. What better wonderment than this? How many of us feel that? Oh my gosh, what makes this leather bag walk, talk? Am I ready and responsible to see the miracles that are happening every moment? That I wait for someone to come and show miracles? That I wait for idiot box is called, no? Idiot box. You know why it is called idiot box? This is box and person sitting in front of is idiot. Together we are called idiot box. Some good show, some beautiful thing. Unless something unique happens, but there is something constantly happening.
Biren,
Camera.
is it the camera making that?
No, I think that was his.
It was this job.
Oh, sorry.
It did become little low though. Has to be that, na? If it was this, then it would have continued. Are you with me? Am I ready and ready, responsible? Ready for what? Ready to change my relationship with myself, with my surroundings. Am I able to see wonderment? Wonder happening. Hurry! I told her a word and she became angry. Wow! How did this transmission happen? Words to aya nikla. Kya kevi ritna gaya? No. Oh, those physicians who have to do sound waves, they will study. Are you with me? There is so much to feel joy about. And if you are wondering, you spoke something and that person did not become angry, wonder, how did that happen? This ability to wonder, is responsibility. You take responsibility of keeping your relationship alive. Swami Vivekananda ji very beautifully said, that relationships are very important in life, but more than that, what is important is how much life is there in a relationship. Yesterday, we were talking, Mukund Bhai was saying, I send them, I send birthday wishes to people and they don't even respond. I say people will respond only if they are alive. Where is the life in relationship? But if I bring that sense of wonderment in my relationship, you watch. If I'm able to, are you able to see your child every moment anew, your husband anew? Because truly speaking, I'm every moment meeting a new person. I'm not meeting the same person again and again. Everybody is different every moment. So the first is, I wonder. Just imagine, think, when was the last time when you sat with your husband looking at him like this? Maybe she'll say, before wedding, when you had nothing to do. Sometimes you do it when your kids are sleeping and you just wonder. There are no thoughts, there are no agendas. You don't have things for them to do it complete. You just wonder. It's so beautiful. How peaceful and happy you feel till that monster wakes up. But you have to have the same mode. If you maintain the same mode, if you maintain the same mode, even when he is awake, then the second one is E. Our relationship, second is? Swami Vivekananda ji very beautifully said, that relationships are very important in life, but more than that, what is important is how much life is there in a relationship. Yesterday, we were talking, Mukund Bhai was saying, I send them
People, I send birthday wishes to people and they don't even respond. I say people will respond only if they're alive. There is the life in relationship. But if I bring that sense of wonderment in my relationship, you watch. If I'm able to, are you able to see your child every moment anew? Your husband anew? Yeah. Because truly speaking, I'm every moment meeting a new person. I'm not meeting the same person again and again. Everybody is different every moment. So the first is, I wonder. Yeah. Just imagine, think, when was the last time when you sat with your husband looking at him like this? Maybe she'll say, before wedding, when you had nothing to do. Yeah. Sometimes you do it when your kids are sleeping and you just wonder. There are no thoughts, there are no agendas. You don't have things for them to do it complete. You just wonder. It's so beautiful. How peaceful and happy you feel till that monster wakes up. But you have to have the same mode. If you maintain the same mode, yeah, if you maintain the same mode, even when he is awake, then you watch. Then the second one is E. Our relationship, second is E. E means to empathize. What is empathize? In a relationship, if I want to maintain a good relationship, I empathize. Empathize means you understand somebody else's feeling is not empathize. You put yourself in another person's position and feel the same feelings, that is called as empathy. Because understanding somebody would be always from my standpoint. Empathy is understanding the person from the other standpoint. Am I ready to be empathetic in a relationship? I want a good relationship, but you know what generally we end up doing in our relationship? You don't understand me. The other person says, as though you understand me. You see that? Does it not happen? Haven't you heard this many times? Yeah. And many times at workplace, you let go of things because you know that if you don't, you lose a lot of things. You lose good name, goodwill. So we compromise, which is not really empathy. And seeing that your wife says, it is so easy for you to do things for others. You don't do this for me. You don't understand me. No, my dear, he has not understood even that person. He has not empathized with that person also. It is because my selfish needs are not fulfilled. So I try to adjust and adapt to that situation. That's not called empathy. Selfishness is not empathy. When you want others to understand me. So a good relationship, someone who is connected within can flow, allow the love to flow. How will it appear on the other side of the hose pipe? Empathy. Feel the pain of the other person. In Gujarati we call as samvedanshilta. We are sensitive enough to understand how others feel. I was just talking to someone, yesterday in fact happened, when we were coming from the airport, and we were just discussing certain things, how people tend to, when you come in seva, you feel you doing something as well as a favor. But we lose somewhere our sensitivity. Because I have to finish my work in the best possible way so that I can stay in good books of my boss. Whosoever, whether it's spiritual organization or anybody, or even at workplace. But if only we are free of all agendas, we are ready to feel others who are around us. And it so happened, that there was this person at the immigration. Yeah, not immigration. You go, yeah, you pass the immigration. There's this lady sitting. They divert you if you are first class passenger, if you're, economic passenger. And she was coughing so badly. She had water bottle with her. All I needed to do was just look. I saw that she was. I said, everything's okay. Or she was in so much pain while she was coughing, so probably it's this hay fever that's in the air, right? So she said to twice, "Hey, you come in." Is that okay? I don't think she ever expected any of the customers or any of the travelers saying that clients say that. I don't know what you call clients. Passengers. Passengers, no, old word. Yeah? What they say? So she came in. Guests. Any of the guests would say that. And what a smile she had. She had the same cold, same cough, probably same malaise. Now you feel very tired. But what a smile on her face. Can you bring that smile on somebody's face? How? Through empathy. If I had sore throat and itchy throat, yeah, and if I had to do household chores, how difficult it becomes, isn't it? Now she cannot avoid, she cannot run away from. But if only if you can empathize and say, and she said, yeah, okay. She had a smile on her face. That's it. You don't have to do much. Relationship doesn't mean 4 people in my life. Anybody who comes in touch with me, we are in relationship. That's why it's called Sangam. In Buddhism, they say, Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam. You know what that Sangam is? Sang doesn't mean few people coming together under one roof. Anybody who comes in touch with me is Sangha. And I sharan to you means I empathize with you, I understand you, I feel you, I'm sensitive to what you're going through. Or if I keep being sensitive to others, then what will happen to me? Don't worry that. Don't. So Baba beautiful Sana, leave only one person to worry about your life. Not everybody needs to look after. If I become sensitive to all, everyone will rush to our help. Have you even tried it? Never? Try. Try traveling without money. You will see how help comes. But we need to try what we have been taught in our satsangs. Empathy. To feel, to be sensitive to the needs of others. One example, I don't know whether I've ever shared with you this. I experienced the power of empathy. Once I reached late, showed up late on the gate. And when you don't show, you lose money, you lose flight also contract. In front of me. Because children won't let me, no, I have coffee, no, I have this, no, you 24 number you have checked in, now you have so much time. It was at London Heathrow Airport. And London Heathrow is very deceiving, Outside you can never know how much guzzi is inside. There's huge lines, security lines inside. Immigration lines are very long. Somehow I managed, I was still on time, but the line was too long, huge. How do I jump these lines now? Somehow I managed to jump a couple of them, those lines. I said, I need to rush. But the airport itself is so long, so big. By the time you reach only, I saw the gates closing right in front of me. Right in front of me. They won't let me go. So now what's next? You go to the counter. I asked, what's the next thing that I can do? Because I have to fly today. I was flying to US. And I said, I'm a public speaker. And there's a charity dinner happening. And I'm a keynote speaker in that. If you don't let me go, there'll be problem there. They've already announced and stuff. I said, sorry, go and speak to our customer service at the desk at the airport only. So I went there. There were two people fighting. You want to save your money? So that desk only was made for people who were late and had late flights. So they were fine. And there was this one person sweating. I felt the fear will get a heart attack. Baba, don't fight. You will get your money back, but at least don't sweat like this. It's so scary. So there were two people handling these two, and the third one from the corner watching me. I could see that he was looking at me. But you never know what was the purpose, whatever. So then when my number came, and he started asking me what happened. So I said, this is what has happened. Now tell me what's the next best we can do. I have to reach. So sorry, we have that airline did not have flight to that destination. Then only next day I said I cannot do that. So then the only option left is you go to Boston, buy another ticket from Boston to New York. This is the only way you can reach now New York. I said, how much? Okay. 385 pounds. So penny bhi nathi, pound kya lawe? Never used to keep money those days. Now what do I do? First thing first, call those people up, don't come to the airport. I am not left only from here. That was one. Then second, no, don't worry, we'll credit card the answers. I said, oh, to Boston se tane kya pachu phone karo? Because Boston I have to buy another ticket. I can't buy a ticket from here, he said. I said, how do I do this? I said, find out, let's see what other option opens up. Now this man who was watching me comes to me and says, is it okay if I get you a ticket of another airline? I said, my God, anything. You make me go by cart also, I'm ready to go. But you make me do. So he goes to the other counter and they have this space where all airlines of that terminal are there. So he comes back and says, ma'am, I've been able to get you ticket I said, no, I think before that he asked me, don't you want to fight with us? That was his question. I said, in what way is it going to help you and help me? And after that what happened? He said, comes back. And he comes back again and says, but ma'am, I don't have the class that you have. Is that okay? We'll give you economic class. I said, you make me sit on the floor, I will go. After 10 minutes, he again comes and says, ma'am, we couldn't manage to get you from same class in the same. You know what he said? Nothing. It's on us. So I asked, why did you do that to me? Why did you favor? I'm sure airlines amongst themselves must be having, oh, why should he do that to me? Because I didn't show up. It wasn't their fault, right? That the airline should take up. And it was his responsibility because when his boss asked, why did you do that? He'll have to give an explanation. He's giving one full ticket to somebody yeah. And he said, because you didn't fight with us. And I saw the power of empathy. How can I make you suffer? You are sitting in the desk. You have nothing to do with who closed the gate there. Why should I take it out on you? And I'm seeing how people are fighting with you and you're struggling to manage with your customers, with your guests. How can I do it? And I said, oh my God, thank you. First thing you want to thank God, that you allowed me to stay empathetic in this relationship. So it's not just having a relationship with husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, children, in-laws, outlaws, a workplace boss. No, anybody who comes in touch with me, Sangam Sharanam Gacchami. That is the Sangha I have. That is a relationship. How do I fare in my relationship with my immediate Sangha? How beautiful it is. So readiness, empathy, right? L, listen. How do I listen? Compassionate listening. Many times, as a physician, I have experienced, all what you need to do is just listen. Half of the things go away by listening. And most of our problems begin because we don't listen. What do kids tell us? Moms, what do they say? You don't listen. You just keep advising. You don't listen. Baba so beautifully says, what is the shape of our ears? Bring two ears together. What happens? Yeah. With the heart you listen, not with the ears. Then many times, okay, sure, sit. What is it that you want to say? And you continue doing your stuff. Do you do that? That is not acceptable. True. Yeah. I want you fully there. No, but I'm listening. No, I want you to listen. But hearing is not listening. Hearing, there are two different words in English dictionary. Hearing somebody is not listening. Listen intently, compassionately. So then if you keep on bubbling now, then they also learn to switch off. One auntie, and this man also has got habit of listening early morning. I mean, you can't give a divorce also. Yeah? So you sit reading the newspaper. Because if you don't say, you don't acknowledge, you are in trouble. That is also a problem. So you have to acknowledge. So as he was reading newspaper, he was saying, She comes out with Velan. You know what is Velan? Rotli one and keep quiet. Why? I stopped talking since half an hour. Who is disturbing now? You see that? When you patiently listen to somebody, you allow that person to unfold. If sometimes, time delayed is time gained. Yeah. We do have love and compassion. So when I'm connected in this relationship, my love will start flowing out as a compassionate listener. Also, you know what? From our childhood, what those daddies and mummies are, we teach people, we are taught to talk. Don't we? Da, ta, da, ta. We are taught to talk, but we are not learning to listen. And so when they grow up, they talk, which you don't like. But you want to keep forcing your kids, talk. I never taught my kids to listen. And you know what? People don't listen to words. They listen to our actions. That's why children are the way they are. I have taught you so much, but nothing of that is seen in your behavior. You say that, no? Don't you say that? Nothing is seen in your behavior. You want to do that exercise with me? You want to try it out? George? But you have to keep looking at me. See, I'm the very possessive that way. You are there, you should not look at even person sitting next to you, what they are doing. Okay? Kar se tu. Oh, blue, I love you. Bolo. Ha to bol. Ha. Tane tu ko Okay. Keep your right hand in the front. No, badai karo. Ha, jene jao to jao na. Those words. Right in the front. Right in the right side. Above. Right side. In the front, over your cheek. Where did you put your? Did you listen to what I said? You thought probably she's come from India, she forgot what is cheek and chin. True? Sachin? How many of you got that thought? Oh, probably she doesn't know what is cheek and chin. Very clearly, I didn't say chin. I said cheek, but I kept my hand there. Why are my kids not understanding? I teach them so much, but they are not listening to my words, they are listening to my actions. So we also have to be listeners of their actions. Many times they will say, I don't like you, Mom, which means I want you. And you say, you also don't, you also. No, we are not listening. We are not listening to their existence is screaming. Their existence is, everybody's existence is screaming. We are not listening. Yeah. Then the next relationship, adore, acknowledge, accept. Why do I want a lily to become rose? Imagine you go to a garden and you see only one flower. Accept the way they are. Wow, what a karamat of the Almighty to have this form. In relationship, if you acknowledge, remember the smallest contribution and remember that person connecting it to that. You know that day you did this to me. Oh, you remember? What? How can I not? You see how suddenly you acknowledge somebody's presence. Anything that happens, you are able to see some good in others, adore their qualities. Only then a relationship will thrive. T. What does the T mean? Trust. Be truthful. Be thoughtful. When I don't trust the inherent goodness in others, everyone has got their own past. But have faith in the inherent goodness. That I know inherently everybody is divine. You watch what comes back. Have you ever done it with your children? You just give them a task and trust them. Don't interfere. They'll never let you down. Never. But we are so eager and result oriented that we keep interfering and we break the trust. And you know what they do? Half-heartedly they do and go away. It's not just children, even adults. Fully trust. I give up. Relation, arrogance. Ego. Being assertive, RELATI. Worth it. To keep this I'm sacrificing on what? Relationship? No. Joy. When we want to be separated out from the Lord, we can't remain comfortable. Have you seen ice cubes in a glass? How do they lie? Crooked. When they melt and become water, even. So, a relation, how do you build bridges between relations? How do you know you are connected? When your little eye slowly let go. Or learn to omit somebody's mistakes. We only focus with magnifying glasses. If we want to see mistakes, we must use magnifying glasses for us. Introspection. That's okay. Doesn't matter. But you know who can forgive somebody's mistakes? Those who can forgive their own mistakes. If you have done something wrong, and if you've not forgiven yourself, you cannot forgive somebody else's mistakes. You see that? Suppose if you became angry and you knew it was wrong, all you need to do is tell yourself, it's okay. Can you be a little different from the way you were? If you can tell that to yourself, you will have the courage to tell somebody else, it's okay. Can you act differently? In what way can we improve our relationships? Please help me to do that. This ability to omit somebody's and N is the best. We don't want others to expect anything from us. So can we do that? No expectation. Why am I doing this to you? Because it's my need. I want nothing from you. When I stay connected, I resolve to show readiness to nurture a relationship. I empathize with the one whom I'm in relationship with. I learn to listen to the one I'm in relation with. I learn to accept as they are and adore their existence. Adore is a strong word, huh? You have to let go of lot of I to adore somebody. Pramod. T, trust. Truthful. When ego goes away, now you don't see others' mistakes of it. And no expectation. Does God expect anything from me? Tell me, does sunlight sends us electricity bill? Light bill, light? Sun sends light bill to us. Water sends water bill to us. It's your government who sends you water bill, not water. Rivers don't send me water bills. Yeah. Earth doesn't make me pay land taxes. Yeah. And then whatever I do, they just tolerate us. No, they love us. How do you know they love us? Because they don't expect anything from us. And when we don't expect anything, what you get in return is something that will surprise you. You will wonder, how did that person behave like this with me? You just don't know because you never expected. Anything comes out of your expectation always surprises you and makes you wonder. And when you are in surprise and in wonderment, you are connected to the source within. Joy, peace. Yeah? So we started 15 minutes late. I took 15 minutes more for you. Yeah? Some of our friends had to go because probably they have committed for 2 o'clock. There's another program. But it doesn't matter. Because whatever little time that we are together, can we be the best? When I say we means not the other person. It is my privilege to give. I take pride. Pride here is not arrogance. It's a positive, good pride. If I am great, I show greatness. If I am lowly, I show pettiness. My response to the world shows who I am and not what the world is. So I try to change what I can. All what we do is just pray to God. May I change what I can. May I gladly accept what I can change. But oh Lord, give me wisdom to know the difference, what I can and what I can't. What I can is my inner connection. What I can't is whatever comes to me unasked. I'm losing all my energy in changing what I can't. And they say, I worked so hard in this relationship. All I needed to do was stay connected to whom, not very different from me, my own self, which is so full of love, peace and harmony. This is called as building bridges. Yeah? No shortcuts, no quick fixes. But the result is amazing. You can try. Sadguru Deva ki jai, Param Kripalu Deva ki jai, Triloknath ki jai, Aaj ke Anand ki jai. Om. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
No, I didn't have time. Savare to where to live. No. They're at home. Hello. Just a for everybody to tomorrow's session is from 2:30 to 4. So please come. Yeah. Okay. Outside? Outside or here? Outside or here? Which is that enough space? No, but distance wise. Yeah, I think this is better. Light. Just one request. Can everybody get into the back of the room for a group picture? Or there? We'll just take out 1 hour 5. Yeah, we just stay in the back. Just ask people to go back. Yeah, please get back. Get in the back of the room, please.
No, there was no drink here. Okay, thank you.